Hello everyone. Welcome to a very odd Vampire the Masquerade die party game, aka LA at Night. Mostly odd because I don't have my usual setup, so I'm kind of winging this shit. So if you see anything weird, I'm sorry. But hopefully I can hear everyone. Let me just. Alright. We should be good now. Maybe. We'll see.
Test. Can you hear
Yay!
us?
We can hear you. All right, great.
Huzzah!
So if you want to know the full story, my very expensive, very awesome computer shit the bed, and it's in the shop right now. I don't know when I'll get it back. So
Damn.
yeah, we'll have to see what happens, but hopefully everything should be okay. I'm reversed than I normally am, so it's weird seeing myself as I'm flipped. So who
What
knows?
did they tell you about your computer? Did they let you know what was wrong with it yet, or?
I told them exactly what happened and exactly what I need fixed, and then I had that translated into Polish.
Oh, wow.
And then I had that handed off to the people that made the computer, so they know it intimately. And they said they'll call me either today or tomorrow, and they didn't call me yesterday, so hopefully today.
Yeah.
You are going to get an automatic blowjob machine back instead of a computer. And they're going to be like,
You
Oh,
buy. You buy.
Never leave the house again.
Polish
Damn.
noises. This is what you asked for.
Oh, dzień dobry, dzień dobry. It's like, okay, cool.
What time is it for you?
It's 2 a.m. It's a normal
Oh,
time
okay,
for me.
okay.
So, yeah.
Gotcha.
But shit, let's introduce everyone so we can play some vampire games. Up first, we have none other than the lovely Tuesday Gray. How you doing? You know
I'm
what?
doing well.
Honestly speaking, this is probably the shordest interval between die party games of the same game that we've had, because
I know.
we did Wednesday last week, so I don't imagine you've done a lot since then, but I'd love to hear if you have.
Yes, I've done actually tons since then, but I'll keep it mostly to streaming stuff. I will just announce that I will probably be streaming some pub tomorrow, and then Dustvale on Wednesday, and then probably more pub on Thursday. So that's a little more streaming than I've been able to do lately. So I'm super excited about that, and I'm really excited to go out as new vampires and find our stomping grounds. We're a place that we can call home and stake our claim, if you will.
Steak.
I've got a question.
See what I did there? Yeah.
I've got a question. What does an incredibly talented and sexually charismatic PUBG player have to do to get in on the stream?
You just kind of show up. I mean, I've played with Tuesday before. So
Yeah, Henley just crashes that party. I mean, that's kind of how it goes.
All right, so the joke was I want to play tomorrow. What time is it?
So tomorrow I'll ping you in Discord. I will probably start around 1, and then I think around 3 or 4, it'll become me, Jade, and Echo thing. So it's like girls squad, but I have a couple hours I can play with a boy.
Okay, sure. I mean,
if that sounds good.
Wreckage, you could always follow her on Twitch and then get notified when she goes online.
my Twitch notifications never work.
Yeah, what the fuck's up with that? Anyway,
It sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, email notifications. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get fucking shit, and then like I will get a message that somebody went
40
live.
minutes after they finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, 40 minutes after they fucking finish, and it'd be like, well, and then here's what really fucking bugs me is that some people, like, I watch a lot of small streamers, and it can't be something that gets unlocked because there's a lot of small streamers that have their replay backlogs still in their channel, like recent replay stuff, and then there will be people who must have turned it off because there's just nothing.
Right. Some people turn it off, and some people have a limited amount of storage space, and that's just whether you have,
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
the normal is 15 days. Partners get 60 days.
Right.
And some people don't. You have to turn off. You have to turn on archiving to begin with. So a lot of
Yeah,
people
and
don't
some
even know
people
you have to
really
do that.
don't like to even have it there. Like, I broadcasted, you weren't there, too bad,
Yeah,
But,
I put mine behind a paywall because it's the only way to monetize that shit. So
Oh yeah, I saw some complaints on Twitter about that today from someone not from you, but someone genuinely complaining like, went to watch this person today and I wanted to know if I'm gonna follow them, and watch their stuff, but I couldn't check them out because their VODs are locked. I don't know if that'll pile up and be like, oh, this person would have given you a follow if they could check out, because I'll screen people that way. I'll be like, all right, do I want to follow this person? And I'll like fast forward through their VOD. And if I see some funny or interesting stuff, I'm like, I'll toss them a follow and I'll check them out later.
Yeah.
I think what we're getting at here is that VODs are a good idea. And if you are a streamer, at the very least, turn them on. And if you have other reasons to do other things, that's fine. But please, we want them.
But at least have them. Yep.
I archive all of my streams on my YouTube channel.
Like 3 days later.
Nice.
Yeah, well,
that's
I mean,
actually pretty good. That's better than a lot of people.
Yeah. It's hard. You don't even know.
Right?
You don't even know.
You don't even know. You don't know what we go through.
Speaking about not knowing what we go through, let's talk to a fellow brother in arms, or should I say sister in arms. Tuxtradamus, what up, sir? How you doing?
Hey, everybody. I'm doing well. My own streaming is on a little bit of a weird thing because I'm moving this week. So
Man, everyone's getting fucked up.
I know. So like my shows, my Wednesday show is going to be good. My Saturday shows probably won't be because that's when I'm actually doing the moving. And so internet and power and all that stuff should be good by like next week or the week after or whatever. So we good to go. But yeah, moving is a thing. So yeah, but it's a good thing. Slightly better place, better location in my area. So that'll be cool. Besides that, not doing a whole lot. Work's a little busy right now because I'm moving it in all aspects of my life. My work is also moving locations. So everything's moving. And
are you also moving spiritually? Are you going from like?
I like to think so.
We all lean closer.
Protestant to Baptist, or?
I like to think I'm always spiritually changing. You know, I'm like a.
That was deep, dude.
That was fucking.
I don't have a good metaphor. So
that was a fucking cop out answer, is what that was.
It was. It totally was.
Speaking about the person whom I would go on a ride along with if he was a police officer, let's talk about Spooty. What up, Spooty? How you doing?
Hello, I'm in a hotel. With
looking for
internet.
hookers.
Yeah.
Already got the flow.
I'm in Hotlanta, bitches.
Oh, nice.
Hot Atlanta.
That's right.
That's as bad as me calling
outside.
Brisbane Vegas. You know, like.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they called that because it's like 93 degrees outside right now. But
it's called the ATL and Hotlanta.
Oh, the ATL. What's the area code so I can rep that shit?
Oh man, I forget. It's been too long.
I was actually born in Atlanta.
Oh.
But I only lived here for 3 months, so I don't remember it at all.
That explains so much.
Does it?
Ouch.
Yeah. I know a little bit about Atlanta because one of our games is there. You should go to Magic City. It's a strip club.
Is it?
It's a strip club that I put in the game because things.
All right.
So it's definitely super real, is what you're saying.
It is. I looked it up and picked it.
I picked it up from a Google lineup.
I was like, okay, I need a strip club. Magic City.
So, yeah, Firo says, oh my gosh, Spitty was born. It's not so much that I was born, I was just kind of splooshed into the world.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened.
A wet crying
that's
baby.
where you got your name from, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a sound that could happen when you were.
I'll
when you
call
kind
him
of,
Sploosh. No, you can't call him Sploosh, honey. Fuck you, I want to call him Sploosh. Speaking of being about being born wet and screaming, let's go on over to Dr. Wreckage, who just had a vasectomy. What up, sir? How you doing?
I wish. And also, I wish I had any use for one.
That is my new favorite thing, by the way. Just saying something factual about someone as I introduce them. I'm gonna keep doing that. That was.
I dig it.
What? That wasn't factual. I haven't had a vasectomy.
Yes, it's
Doesn't
true.
matter.
It's true. It
Doesn't
doesn't matter as long as I say something that
It's
sounds
true
like it
now.
might happen. Yeah.
there you go.
Right. Anyway, hi everybody. I also recently moved in that we were still unpacking when we did the show last week.
Wow, look at that! Look at that disgusting white face.
Oh, thanks. I'll just close that. Go back. pitch blackness.
Back to darkness.
Darkness.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come
I'm
to
just
dream
seeing
with
once
you again. Yeah. Hi, everybody. The move's been great. This place is great. It's great living in the city. It's
Is
great
it bigger
living-
than your old place?
Absolutely not. We had an acre of property and 2 stories.
I mean, inside the house. I don't really care about outside the house. Let's be real.
No, absolutely not. We moved into a condo from a acre property rambler with 2 stories and a basement. Like, it's smaller.
But like living space, it's like still good.
Yes.
I mean,
Plus
it's-
city.
but yeah, we have access to more things, which is the point all along.
Oh, now you
City
can
is
get fucking
his yard
Pizza
now.
Hut, man. Come on.
Yeah.
You get
we
Pizza
weren't-
Hut. You can get
we weren't-
Asian food. Oh my god, Asian.
Yeah.
I can do those things, but we have even better, like, crafty pizza places that deliver to where we are because we're
Nice.
on the Skyway.
Yeah, if your weird futuristic like city walk thing.
Yeah, the Skyway, the Twin Cities, because we're
The pollution is below us. That's
well,
where all the hobos live.
Yeah.
They can't get in here.
So just
we
two
have
criti-
rifles.
a couple criticisms. Hobos are definitely allowed on the Skyway.
Oh, come on.
Second of all,
Look, if a hobo wants to fly, he's allowed to, okay?
second of all, it's definitely like purely about the weather. We don't have much pollution here at all, but we do have freezing cold winters and
Right.
scorching hot summers. And they decided that
How do you have homeless people? That sounds like it would kill off all of them.
we actually have an incredibly small homeless population compared to
You know
other-
what? You have the strongest hobos in all of America then.
No, because even the hobos are like, I'm not gonna fucking live there. That's crazy.
But the
No,
ones who
you-
do are just like Bear Grylls hobos, you know? Like,
Yeah.
They
the type
absolutely are.
of-
Well, so the other thing is we have more national parks in our state than any other. Like, we don't have the most acreage because other places have like the largest, like Yellowstone or something. We don't have
Yeah.
the most acreage, but we have the most individual national parks of any. So what I'm saying is our hobos do camp. They do a lot of camping. And you can tell because in the winter when the trees die out, if
you
you're in a-
can see their clotheslines.
No, you can see like their tents that are like in between rocks and stuff and like caves. We also have limestone caves that were used by the rum runners in the 1920s.
Oh.
So like,
Oh, they're making a mafia down there, man. That's awesome.
Can you score me some rum?
well, see, it's legal now, so the rum running stopped.
I guess that's true. I could just go get some now.
You could just go get some now.
I'll be right back.
You can
all
drive
right.
really fast and pretend you're running from the law.
Yeah.
You can't drink it though unless you have the perk that I have. So
That's true. Damn it.
if you drive really fast and pretend you're running from the law long enough, you will eventually be running from the law. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy.
I hate you.
the
Anyway,
delayed pickup
just
on
go,
that.
just go fast, just drive fast enough, and
I was
eventually
just
it'll come
thinking the rest of it. It's like, what the fuck is he talking about? And I'm just like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Look, it's 2 a.m. for me. Get off my back. I'm ready for vamping. Who's ready for vamping?
Yeah.
I am.
Let's
I'm
vamp it
Yeah.
up.
so ready.
Like, can we?
Fuck
Hey,
yeah.
Wreckage, can we visit some prominent blogs in the area?
Oh, by the way, I need to apologize strictly in advance to literally everyone on the internet right now, because there is one hell of a thunderstorm outside, and if you hear it, I'm very sorry. So there you go.
So Tux is telling a joke that we just discovered. Okay, we have in no way pulled our punches about the quality of old World of Darkness books and their editing and writing.
Uh-huh.
The 20th edition Vampire the Masquerade book. I'm gonna read this off. It's worth it. Trust me.
Oh fuck! I don't have any books in front of me. God damn it.
Okay. Allies.
Got it.
Allies are mortals who owe you loyalty for some reason. They may be family, friends, or in a previous organization, blah, blah, blah. They won't know you're a vampire. Allies are typically persons of influence and power in your home city. They may be a friend in the precinct morgue. They may be among the high society of local celebrities. They may be at a prominent blog.
I mean,
Or at a
Maybe
construction
at
site.
one.
look,
Yes,
you don't
they
know.
may be
You don't.
at-
They may be at a
at
prominent
a
blog.
prominent blog. You may have an ally at a prominent blog.
We can
Well,
just go to the blog.
Think of it like
Yeah,
this.
just
Imagine
go
if
to
they were
the blog.
saying it. You might have a prominent figure at the local paper. You say it the same way, but blogs just happen to be ethereal.
Yeah, but the paper's really there. It's
Yeah,
really an office.
that's the point, Dave. That's the joke.
Well, this is about supernatural beings, okay? I don't like the idea that you're putting us into a box like this, okay?
Okay, well, we're all gonna head down to the local blog,
Local blog.
and we're
Listen, I just got my fourth
local
dot in
blog
we know
fucking.
somebody at.
Yeah, I just got my fourth dot in internet abuse. Okay, so like I can go wherever I want. Wreckage.
Oh wow!
You
Wow.
gotta troll
You
them,
just
but
go
you have to
online.
go to the blog in person.
Yeah, you just put yourself on the line, and then boom.
Yeah, you go to the guy's house who prints it in his fucking underwear every day. Like me.
so like less than 5 days ago on Vampire LA at Night, Die Party, The Masquerade, Bloodlines,
Electric book.
Reloaded. Yeah,
Reloaded.
that's
Starring
We
Will
should-
Smith.
when we bring Sin Eaters back. It should be Sin Eaters
Just
Reloaded.
reloaded. Only if it has cool albino twins that can turn into fog.
It would absolutely have that in
Great.
Sin Eaters. That is
Then boom.
That is, yeah. They could just be fucking boneyard, fucking water.
No, it would have been
Yeah, boneyard water, man.
no, that's not the one that lets you phase through shit. You would be looking for. Oh well, I suppose, but there's one that lets you like turn into a ghost and phase through walls, and that's. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Richard had that. Richard totally had that.
So last time on Delay Plardy the Vampires, we met. We did a lot of stuff. We had a botched, like,
Oh, by the way, I worked out last time. I totally could hear everything because I have the first dot of Auspex, which lets you literally just be like burp. I hear
yes, if you
things
turn it
burp.
on, right? But you have to put a blood into it. So,
I completely didn't know about. Actually, it doesn't say you need to spend any blood on it. I'm pretty sure. I don't have the book in front of me, so I can't.
you don't have the book in front of you, but why don't we answer that question right now? Because Auspex is a great power.
It is. It's a great power.
That
It takes a reflexive action to activate this ability, but no roll or other cost is required.
Boom.
You have to activate it, but it doesn't cost blood. I know because I also have a dot in Auspex, which
Hell
I
yeah,
haven't
bro.
figured out yet.
right. So
I need
you
to,
would
I
have
need,
had-
I need to figure
you
that
would
out.
have
at some
had to
point.
have done so and did not.
I completely forgot I had it, to be honest with you. I forgot that I was literally forced into a corner. If I wanted to get that power, I had to buy it right now. I forgot that I had a dot in that, so that's my fault. But yeah, doesn't make any difference now. So
Anyway, also, I don't. Just to double back, I don't think being able to hear the people on the other end would have, like, in perfect acuity, would have prevented what happened.
probably not. Probably not.
you sort of
I'm still. I
made your
still.
choices.
I still shit the bed pretty hard. But
Right. So Dave tried to get his partner to get him some precinct information, and his partner is a relative goody two shoes
the only
Because-
one.
because he failed a roll. Let me be clear. Because he failed a roll, his partner
Yeah.
turned out to be a goody two shoes who would
gumshoe.
just go along with it. And so they did a very impromptu sting on Dave to see what they could get out of him, and it resulted in the entire coterie. Which, by the way, it's the other thing I remember we learned, me and Tux, is I forgot that the name of a group of vampires for some reason is a coterie.
Huh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's
They got words.
the World of Darkness formula is you have some sort of morality system, you have some sort of clan system, and the group of players has a stupid dumb name that we picked out of a hat. So
Oh, is
They
this
should
like
have
the?
called it
Is
a
this?
murder like crows.
I mean, to be fair, the one in Synodus was a crew spelled with a K. So
yeah, crew spelled with a Krewe.
That's painful.
Crew.
um,
Crew.
so it's just the World of Darkness formula. Guaranteed to make you succeed in everything you do, except it only ever worked with vampire. So yeah, he failed to coerce his partner into giving him precinct information because his partner turned out to be a goody two shoes, which ended up with the entire coterie of vampires, our heroes, being stormed by not a SWAT team, but a squad of police officers in
Vice with a chip on their shoulder.
yeah, drug bust gear, weapons and armor, and it would have gone so badly if any of you had decided to fight. But luckily, one of you eventually figured out a very clever use of their power.
Yeah.
Which he personally has not acknowledged that he has done, nor has he yet.
We have no idea.
So at some point, you might realize you have magic powers.
Can we just make it the whole game? He just thinks
He has no idea the entire time.
He thinks vampires just suck blood and that's it. Like that.
I just think that because I'm a vampire, that's how I fart now.
I must be the most boring kind of vampire. I don't do anything, and it's like
he ends up thinking he has luck powers because things just happen around him.
Yeah. I like it.
No, it's still too bright out. I'm gonna keep messing with my window throughout the day as the sun goes down. But anyway,
yeah.
That followed on the heels of that didn't go well. You almost stole a police van, but Maria put the kibosh on that.
Oh yeah, I was not down for that either.
Slash tired.
And in your post, you guys went to a Raven Fed, but that was sort of not narratively significant.
You mean
anyway.
a whole party, as Damien?
Except there was a really creepy guy who owned the place who told you about the rave.
Oh yeah, that dude.
Yeah, that guy.
Super won't want any favors later as a result.
Oh boy.
But I asked what the catch was, and he said there was no catch. He can't lie to us.
You have to tell us if you're a cop, man. That's the rules.
If you're a vampire, you're not allowed to lie.
Look, if you're the devil, you have to tell me.
So you're saying I only have to give up one of my children? Well, that's a pretty good deal.
Well, that's a bargain.
I can't do that voice.
That's a great voice.
Tux,
Anyway.
can we just make a podcast with you and me just talking about the entire time?
Hey, everybody.
Hey, welcome to Two Cool Gamers.
That should definitely be called that.
That sounds like the worst.
I hope you got your hats on backwards, kids, because we're going to play some Banjo-Kazooie.
You gotta spell cool Kewl though.
See what I like about this game is the bear is named Banjo.
Well, I
and
like the
bird's
bird.
named Kazooie.
God
Okay,
damn.
so
Oh my
if you
God.
did that show, you would also, in order for added comedy, need to get things wrong. Like, say, not Banjo Kazooie, but literally as the title pops up, we're gonna play
Bear and
Kazooie
bird.
Banjo.
Bear and
Metal
Birdie.
Gear Solid 3.
we're gonna play 2-string and recorder. So
I'll PM you, Tux.
anyway, after you fed, you came back to the taste, and you really, really wanted to meet with Don Salvador Garcia, and you were allowed because he was there meeting. You don't know why.
Convenient.
He looked different than when you first saw him at your siring.
Well, he's Alexis and Murray's sire, isn't he?
He is indeed.
Yeah, they mentioned that. I'm assuming it had to do with that, but I have no idea.
Well, he looked very casual, as I described him in his leisure suit with a 70s medallion.
Oh yeah, he had the fucking chest hair hanging out.
Yeah, he was super leisure.
And then he took Maria into the corner for 7 minutes in heaven.
Yep.
and they
Oh,
totally,
yeah, he
definitely made out and didn't.
Yeah.
Talk
You can
about
tell by the way
something
he uses his words. He's a ladies' man.
You can tell by the way I walk. I'm a vampire. But
That was fucking beautiful.
Quit your job, man. Get a fucking recording studio.
so anyway,
Oh, Bee Gees.
right. You learned a whole bunch of stuff from Don, and in particular, you learned that there might be an opportunity for you guys to have your own space. He told you about a space that is that would be a favor to him for you guys to occupy, because you would become the buffer between two minor vampire gangs who are both looking for the opportunity to take over the others, to start a war and take their turf. And it's basically a segment of East Olympic Boulevard that is between their two, like the two turfs that they can hold down. And
The
so
lyrics to "Staying Alive" are really weird.
where are you? I'm trying to GM here. You listening to Staying Alive?
No, I'm just reading the lyrics.
Oh, okay.
They're really weird. Sorry, go on.
And so now you guys are very interested in that.
Nice.
But then the meeting.
We also
Has
asked
str-
him for weapons and shit, and he said, I won't pull it out of my ass, but someone else will.
He can't
Like a
pull it out.
rabbit.
He can do you some minor favors, but the main thing is that if anybody declares open war on you, he will back you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But he's also emphasized that, you're not joining his group. This might not have been clear last episode, but let's just, for the sake of expedience, other things he emphasized. You are not joining his group, and you cannot be seen to be joining his group, so he cannot aid you directly constantly.
Okay, he did say, and I have this on video, that we can roll in there, and then if they say, on whose authority, we can be like, Santiago's, motherfucker.
No, not on his authority. But
He did say that. I have it on recording.
That's not what he said. He was much more specific. He said that if they were going to start something.
Oh yeah,
that
no,
that-
he also said that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because I watched it a couple of times this week just to make sure. He
Right.
did say that we could roll in there with his permission and say that,
with his permission is different than on his authority. Is a very clear difference. I super meant the former, even if I said the latter. He's giving you permission to occupy this territory, and you are to make clear that he has your back, but not that you're doing it for him, because and to say this out of character, it would be made clear to each of you unless you decide that it isn't made clear to you. The point is, if he just rolled up with his guys, it would also start a war. So the point is to
We have his backing, but we're not doing it on his behalf or for him.
It cannot be seen to be that way.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
It cannot be seen to be that you are just his gang.
Yeah. We don't represent the Lollipop Guild. We work with the Lollipop Guild.
The Lollipop Guild will have our back if we
Right.
throw down.
Right. Exactly.
But we are not ourselves representatives of the Lollipop Guild,
Or its interests.
You're right, man. Staying Alive does has weird lyrics.
I was
Oh man, we are not in it.
I'm so in it. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, it was the voices, man. The voices did it. The voices fucked it up. Anyway, let's get into character game faces, right, everyone?
Right.
Acting.
The night will,
Theater.
unless anyone
Improv.
guys,
Shut up, Tux.
no more jokes for like at least 10 seconds. And now no fucking asshole tell a joke in 10 seconds just to be a fucking cock, okay? Let's just calm down. The night will come to an end after your meeting with Salvador. Unless someone wants to say there's something I really wanted to do before the night ended.
Well, from what I remember you telling me was that we had a little impromptu celebration at the end of that. Like Salvador asked to bring the good stuff out.
That was partly to distract you while he went to talk to Maria. So you did have. We already discussed.
Well, the reason why you said bring out the stuff with like alcohol and shit in it, because if you do that, I think a lot of us are gonna hit that shit, right?
Well, yeah. So we've already covered that. We've already covered those minor blood gains because he didn't bring out bottles for you to get smashed on. He had Alexa pour you a drink of the good stuff so that the process of pouring the drink of the good stuff would distract you while he took Maria away.
Can I just state something? I think drinking a whiskey infused blood shot would taste a lot like a fucking like a cowboy cocksucker or something like that. You know, just like a really thick syrupy like chocolate whiskey shot thing. Oh yeah. Anyway.
I am not a drinksman.
Yeah. Huh?
So all you've told me is cowboy cocksucker, and
I'm
Cowboy cocksucker
36
is
years old, and I've spent about 35 of those years in bars, and I have never heard of that.
It's an Australian. It's
35.
So it's a shot, which is one half Bailey's, another half chocolate milk, and it's an Australian invention. It's a shot glass that has a twirl in it, so you don't mix the liquor when you do the shot glass. They're in different sides of the shot glass, and you drink at the same time. Yeah, cowboy cocksucker.
Huh.
I've been around the world twice in the Navy.
I do
and
enjoy
I have
Bailey's.
never heard of that drink.
I would not Google it either.
Dave, I applaud you on your courage. I'm so happy that you came out to us and decided to do that with your
My bad. I'm looking up now.
All right.
So it's like, I don't have anything else that I want to do.
Yeah, if it's like fairly late in the night, we probably don't have time to do like anything.
Right, I don't think we can go looking
of like
tonight.
major importance.
not like a huge thing. No, like this meeting will take up at like it took up even just our like exactly what we role played.
There is one thing I will do. I want to go to a pawn shop. Wreckage.
I couldn't tell if that was pawn or porn.
Pawn.
Okay.
Pawn.
I just
porn.
couldn't tell.
Secondhand shop. Whatever you want to call it.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Sure, a porn shop.
Yep.
So
I'm specifically looking for like a camera.
that was a second-hand joke.
Yeah, I'm looking for a camera.
Wow. Didn't.
You're looking for a what now?
A camera.
I mean,
Camera.
yeah.
Because if we're gonna take this place, I'm gonna do some motherfucking surveillance.
Survey, got it.
Yeah.
Preferably one where I don't have to walk into like a fucking dark room to get shit done. Like, is that a thing? Like,
Polaroids exist in the
okay,
90s.
so I get that, but like, is it like?
You know the wavy ones where you get
I
it
get
out
that,
and
but you
wave it?
can't really do surveillance with a Polaroid. So like,
Sure you can. I don't see why you can't.
Pachink.
I
What's
mean,
that?
like, yes, if you are 2 feet from them, you can't do surveillance with a Polaroid, but you absolutely can. Like, unless someone in the chat wants to correct me, I was not aware of any sort of lower quality of video from a Polaroid.
Well,
No,
weren't
it's
there
not quality.
digital cameras in the 90s?
Maybe they were
Just
just
little tiny
burgeoning.
crappy digital cameras?
They
Yeah.
would, but you'd have to develop them.
Yeah.
The disposable cameras you have to take them to a place to be developed.
Yeah. So is there
What
going
about
to
a
be?
little chip?
Yeah. Maybe.
A chip into a laptop.
But this is also World of Darkness, so assume technology is behind.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much how
Yeah.
you imagine. Like just imagine our world, but worse.
I think the best. I sincerely believe the best option would be Polaroid. I don't see anything
Oh, okay.
wrong with it narratively.
I mean,
you go.
Polaroid in the fact that I can't use any sort of like zoom functions. You know, I want to be able to stand in a building across the road from, say, a fish vendor, whatever the fuck is on the street, and like.
Okay, so now you're talking about like a high quality,
Yeah, they
like
had zoom lenses and stuff back then.
spy camera.
Not a spy camera, just a DSLR or something like that. You know, just like.
Yeah, but that's the sort of thing that wouldn't be in pawn shops in the 90s because it was high end. It was like a journalist only thing. So now you're talking about acquiring a piece of equipment that has functionality.
Well, the idea is I want to be able to like take some surveillance shots, but if it's like too far of a stretch to assume that I can.
You can have a Polaroid camera. You would not be able to easily acquire a camera with zoom and like investigative features. So
Okay.
if you want a
Batman
Polaroid
vision.
camera, you have a Polaroid camera. If you don't want that, you don't have it.
No, I probably wouldn't. Like maybe I would look and then just be disappointed, you know. But that's about it. I don't think I would.
Yeah.
Take one of those.
I bet you had them in the police department. In fact, I guarantee that you had good cameras like that.
Yeah, like there was probably cameras like that, and that's probably what I was looking for. But then I realized that civilians are just civilians, you know, like they don't get shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. So, for the time being, you will just not be satisfied.
Hell yeah, that's my style.
So, dawn occurs, and you guys pass out in the back of the taste unless anybody else wants to do anything else.
Nope, sounds about right.
Is Rodney with us?
Unless I'm allowed to tear Roddy to pieces.
You're a player character. You can start whatever shit you want. Just be sure you can finish it.
Ooh,
See,
shit!
I
Nah,
was
I'm just gonna go
reading-
sleep, dog.
I was reading some of the speculation because there is speculation on this game, and a lot of people are saying that Rodney might be Malkavian.
I've literally said with my mouth that he's Malkavian like 10 times.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, like the joke was.
See, that's what I think. I was thinking it was just a joke because, you know, you say
Yeah, I kept
everyone's
saying
Malkavian.
jokingly, like why would the GM put a Malkavian in the game who could, I don't know, like fill in exposition gaps?
Yeah.
That's would be insane.
Yeah. And now I don't believe that he's Malkavian.
What? Yeah. What if you're lying to us?
Yeah.
What if you don't even know what he is?
It would be insane to put a Malkavian in the game. Do I have to do that joke like 5 times?
Anyway, so Rodney's with us still? He's sleeping in the same place? Cool. All right.
Yeah, you guys all have sort of this like none of you really have. I mean, you have places to go that you have been gently encouraged not to go to, so you don't really have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
And you did not tell Alexa or her husband that you woke up early. So again, tonight, you will just wake up early and sort of be trapped in the closet because of sunlight.
However, this time I want to try and like look at it a bit, you know? I want to do that sort of stuff, if at all possible.
Now, what do you mean? So
Test
you just
my limits.
all right. So we're gonna have another fear check.
Okay.
Which is got that weird German name when a vampire maybe fears.
You mean raise something?
No, it's Rich Rorschach or something.
Rorschach.
Rorschach. Does anybody speak German and have any idea what that means?
That means fear of sunlight.
Means fear of sunlight.
I don't believe you, because I don't think either of you speak another language.
Man, I speak 3
9.
languages.
English, bad English, and Aussie.
English,
That doesn't-
Japanese, and working on Polish. Let's go.
And Aussie is bad English. It doesn't count as 2.
Okay, so fear. Oh my god. Now I understand what it's like to run on your computer, Wreckage.
My computer's great now.
Yeah, I mean before when you couldn't even like open up Roll20, you're like,
Yeah, it was pretty
my
bad.
RAMs. Wait, let me just check something to make sure this isn't covering it. Oh, it is. Fuck, I can't do that. Where's fear on this list?
There isn't a direct fear check. I just thought you remembered from last time, so instead I will.
No, it's different, man. I'm looking at a completely different page almost.
Yeah. So
So squished and shit. So.
give me a second.
Is it like your willpower or something?
Roth Shrek.
PDF is not well. Rorschach, the red fear. Though there are a few things that can kill a vampire, certain sources of injury frighten all vampires. Sunlight and fire can bring about a terrifying flight or flight mentality while under the spell of the
Oh, it's courage. So I just roll what? 4D? I just do that thing?
A vampire seeking to avoid risk requires a courage roll. As with frenzy, 5 successes must be accumulated to ignore the beast completely, though fewer successes enable the vampire to overcome her fear for a greater or lesser period of time. Failure means the vampire flees madly from the danger, making a beeline for safety. A character who is the victim of a botched courage roll immediately frenzies and remains in frenzy until the storyteller decides otherwise. Obscure sunlight is difficulty 7. It doesn't say how many times you get to roll.
I get 4 because I got full courage. So.
Oh, you get to roll as many times as your courage?
Yep.
That makes sense.
4D10
I don't.
carrot 7. Okay, so none. I like the idea that I start to like I forgot and I open the door again. I'm just like, nope.
Aw, don't.
Nope.
Okay, so you get no successes on your first roll, and that does not give you the capacity to just like close the door. You're now sort of stuck in a dangerous spiral here because you, rather than just opening the door and being like, nope, you open the door and like perhaps the not particularly reinforced aluminum handle creaks as you crush it into a fist shape and sort of freeze in terror. They're going to have to continue rolling in order to like it. So if you fail entirely, you will frenzy.
What is entirely?
Like if you don't get if you continue to not get successes, you will fail entirely.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure exact rules as written.
There you go.
Failing the first one means that you frenzy immediately, but I don't think that for that situation is fair. So 2 successes.
Do they explode? Oh no, that's not. That's right. It's in this game. It's fucking. Yeah.
If he'd botched, it would be he would frenzy. But don't you botch if you get 1s and no successes?
Do I get Daredevil on this wreckage?
No, you were careless here, not like daring. In your own words, you weren't like, I'm gonna face my fears. You were like, I bet I forgot.
Yeah, all right, I'll give you that.
So, yeah, I mean, you have enough control over the situation now. You sort of remember, oh, right, this fucking thing again. You could just close the door. And after nearly panicking, I think you might, but you could also continue to attempt to.
No, I got the fear of God in me, so we're gonna close the door.
All right, so you sit in a closet with your friends asleep for extra, 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's like an hour or whatever.
Did I bring a book with me this time? Can I read in the dark?
You said that last time you used the extra time to take notes.
I did, yes. Like categorize my mind, right? So let's do that again.
Like a homicidal detective might take notes.
Yeah.
We made like a noir joke. We're like, in the city, there's
I write my novel.
there are two kinds of men.
I hear this damn trumpet wherever I go.
I got 2 extra hours a day on eternity, motherfucker. This book will get done.
The thing about being a vampire is, though, like, you do get a huge amount less time per day
Yeah.
than other people because you're forced to sleep 10 to 12 hours, which
You
is
get
like
less time per day, but longer to do that.
God, I would be the worst fucking vampire in real life. Let's just be real about that. I'd just be like, man, I'm wasting my life. Oh yeah, I'd fucking.
I'm wasting my unlife.
Yeah.
I'm wasting my unlife, man.
Man, wasting my unlife.
Okay, so yeah, I just take notes, wreckage. And I guess mechanically, if you allow this, if I'm meticulous at this sort of stuff, is there a way that I can use like some sort of GM help to recall notes if I need to?
We could discuss you getting the merit that actually is that.
This is more like me spending this extra because I got the merit that lets me stay up in the mornings. So spending
Or
that
wake
time,
up early.
Yeah, spending that time to do something good. Well, I mean, that really depends until we get the new place, right? Because then I
Yeah,
could
like
start
right
doing-
now you don't have much to do, but those extra hours will come in handy later on.
Yeah.
Like you will be able to make use of them in the future when, it may not be particularly compelling role playing, but like let's say you guys take over a business. Well, the books need to get done at some point.
Well, I feel like when he has his own place too, and it's kind of sealed up, that he
Yeah.
might have a
Like-
little nook where he does stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe you could not be such a little bitch and get a camera that requires developing, and then you could develop it.
Photo lab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's all sorts of things you could do with that extra
Yeah, that's
time.
true. I mean, I guess I could theoretically learn how to do that, but like, is that like would I need to put points into that, or is that just like a skill that I?
Well,
can
the
just learn?
internet exists, so
I'm
you could Google that.
gonna discuss character advancement tonight with you guys.
Ooh.
That
So
fucking time we
Oh,
got
boy.
XP. Buy so many levels.
you may not.
You get 1 experience points.
Today I had a conversation with Tux about something he already purchased, but I enjoyed the way that advanced his character. I'm going to
I'm
suggest.
going to be the GM and the gatekeeper, motherfuckers.
I'm going to suggest one of XP in World of Darkness isn't terribly well handled anyway, and it would take forever for you guys to get any. And advancement's pretty slow in this system, and we could keep all of that, and then maybe just not have XP and maybe do it somehow easier. That might be a good idea.
Okay. No, I mean, let's talk.
We'll talk about
it.
it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later. The rest of the party awakens with actual sundown.
Again, you find the door barred with like the same stuff again, right? And I'm sitting there just like got like an unlit cigarette in my mouth, and I'm just like, hey.
Why do you keep trying to look at the sun? I don't get it.
I don't. I just
You know it only ends badly for you.
look. You fucking forget sometimes that you can't go outside after you. It's
It was
second.
just
second.
2 days in a row.
It's yes. That's how long I've been a vampire for.
Can you guys like quiet down?
Sorry.
I just woke up.
Start to noisily push the doors, like as I push the
Pushing a
desk.
stack of furniture out of the way.
Are you afraid the sun is going to come in and get you?
Well, no, I go outside when the sun's still up. I wake up like a whole 2 hours before you.
Right, but you barred it like it's a monster outside or something.
Wait a minute. Why does he wake up a whole 2 hours before us?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Look, I don't fucking know. Also, have you seen the sun lately? That shit is
No.
scary, man. It like
Scary.
if I could shit myself, I probably would have.
We don't wake up when the sun is still up, so I haven't.
Can I like
Look, guys-
light a lighter or something?
Sure, let's all do a
You want
Rorschach
room of
check.
vampires to freak out.
Yeah, you know what? Everyone's like, ooh, the sun, and I'm just like, fucking.
All right. So when he lights the lighter and everyone's having a conversation with him, you all have to make a courage check. Difficulty 3, though. Very, very slight.
I like the idea that I have to make this too.
Where's courage?
It's one of the.
Yes.
It's one of the
It's
things.
one of
that-
your sort of calculated stats.
Yeah. So there was. Remember, there was
right.
conscience, self-control, and courage.
Oh
so
yeah.
you can't click on courage, right? It
No,
looks
no,
like
you have
can-
to. You have to roll it like I did. So.
Oh, sorry. Let me go to.
And it's difficulty 3.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that. 3 successes.
4.
Damn.
Is that
I'm
lighter
trying
supposed to
to,
scare me? Is that?
Damn it, Bobby.
I mean, hold on a second. Dave, you also have to do it, even though, like, just because you did it.
It'd be
doesn't-
fantastic if you failed.
already rolled it.
Okay, 3 successes, 4 successes, 2 successes, 2 successes. All right, so none of you got 5, so none of you are like, "Pff, whatever. You all like flinch and actually physically back away. It's, scares the shit out of you actually, and you're not entirely sure why you're that scared of it.
Yeah, I like I light it. I instantly drop it. I'm just like, you fucking see what I'm talking about? Just imagine that, but like the sun.
Well, what is that? Is that like some kind of weird lighter?
No, that's a normal fucking lighter. That's the one. That's my lucky lighter. It's fucking unlucky now.
That's my unlucky lighter.
Well, do us all a favor and don't flick that shit in our faces anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
could you
please don't
not
do that
ever
again.
do that again?
I was making a point.
Also, is anyone else really hungry?
No. I'm
Are
actually-
you actually?
Oh, that's right. You have to take a dot away because.
A dot of blood, or we lose
Oh,
the
right.
blood,
I wouldn't be that hungry.
Yeah.
I would just be a little bit.
okay. I'm
Would
okay.
Wreckage? Would we have been? Because I got down to 10, but you said that we got extras at the end of the night. Is that true?
You got 1 blood point from your extra cup, but you marked that already.
Okay.
And then, so now remember, you have to spend 1 to wake up. That's something everybody just did.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
For future reference, you can choose not to do that.
And just
And-
sleep.
Well, it's called going into torpor when you don't.
Oh, that
So
does sound good.
basically, that's it. You'll hear more about this in the future, and it'll be very interesting. But sometimes vampires just get bored with life and sort of become like dried out mummies that can spontaneously wake up someday when they finally decide to pay the blood.
Oh, you mean like Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline?
Yes, if you played the video game, that was a plot point. That's all I will say.
Yes, we all choose to wake up.
Uh-huh.
And hey, that was weird. The whole thing was weird. What's up?
Hmm?
The whole thing was weird.
What thing
Like
was weird?
the lighter and everything, and he wakes up 2 hours early, and that's all weird, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
could we, guys? Let's go find a place of our own. I don't want to be here anymore.
Oh yeah, we should check out the.
Go over by Salvador's place.
I don't know about
Oh,
you
man.
guys, but I really don't enjoy sitting on my ass for 2 hours waiting for you chuckle fucks to wake up.
Well, when you have your own place,
Dude,
then
just
then you can have plenty of things to do.
Do we just want to go barging in there, or like want to get our other stuff and like move out and like?
Well, we know you're not going to barge in there, Rodney. We know you're not going to do shit. So I don't think your opinion matters.
I did so much.
Actually,
Okay.
Rodney's been very helpful. You guys just don't see that shit. You know, he
You're
actually
goddamn right. I don't see it.
actually got the information from the police truck the other night.
Yeah, he's been very helpful.
Good job.
Well, we should go check it out. We might need to
That
make-
was sarcasm.
we should go check out.
Can vampires even do sarcasm?
I just did.
What was it?
I-
East Olympic Boulevard.
Oh yeah. Okay. So he said it was East Olympic Boulevard, and it's like it's a very specific section. It's north of the Los Angeles River and south of 132, and it's like that whole area has been a buffer between the two gangs that they don't technically control and can't control. So it's like what like, you know what I'm saying?
So, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to walk in there and put a flag down and say "fuck off," or do you want to like do a little bit of work and try and work out who the guys are that are trying to roll on this
No,
territory
I
all the
say
time?
we just claim our place on East Olympic, and then if they like have any trouble with us, then you know we have somebody at our backs. Let's just keep our heads low for now.
I would really like take our time and maybe just go there and just see what's up.
Let's go
and
check
not-
it out.
Well,
and also-
at least we can find a place where we want to put our flag. We can at least do that, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, because you know we wouldn't be able to move in tonight anyway because you'd have to black it out and all sorts of hard stuff.
We should see if Alexa has a person that is good at that.
Well,
Yeah,
blacken-
dude, there
blacken
must be
shit
some
out?
kind of services that we can hire
Yeah,
for
like, is
that.
there like a vampire contractor we can find?
like
or
a
something?
vampire DIY or something.
Yeah, something like that.
There has to be such a service. But yeah, let's go. Let's go check it out.
And I say we send Rodney in first.
So are we gonna ask Alexa? Are we gonna stop and talk to Alexa first, or are we gonna go there first?
Well,
Well, we can
let's
just
find
ask
a place.
Alexa about the contractor.
Well, let's find a place first because maybe there's nothing good there.
She's right in the hall. Like she's right here.
I think we should ask him.
Yeah, maybe on the way I was like, "Oh, by the way, I accidentally broke your door. I'm very sorry about it. I keep waking up in the morning when the sun's up, so you know."
Oh, what? Oh, you wake up before the sun?
Yep, about 2-3 hours sometimes.
Oh,
Every
well,
fucking day.
that happens to some vampires. That'll be very useful, except for you can't go outside.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that's like it'll be like, I sure wish I had 3 more hours in my night.
I mean, yes. I can see it being useful when I'm not in that small little room down there, but that'll come
yes,
later.
Well,
That'll be
we're
terrible.
grateful for that room, and I kind of just glare at him.
Yeah, no. That's totally fair. Yeah, I'll make sure to close the blinds out here from now on, and you'll at least be able to stretch your legs a little.
Oh, I mean, brilliant. I wasn't aware it was that easy. So we just need to put like blinds up and then we're good?
Well, this place has blackout blinds because it services vampires. Most places don't really care about absolute perfect darkness.
Oh, speaking of, do you know somebody that can install those in our new place? Because we're going to look for a place to live, and we don't know how to secure it.
Oh yeah, that's typically a skill that is passed down from your sire.
Yeah,
So,
about that. You know.
you don't need to sarcastic. I know. I'm putting it in the context for you.
Guys, I've been living in a blacked out apartment for like over a decade.
You
yeah,
think
but I
you
bet
have.
it's not perfectly blacked out.
You also come into
mean,
a
but
sock,
it's a
so like
start.
we can only take your opinion so far.
The number one piece of advice that I have is black
True.
spray paint.
Oh, right, because then you'll get all the
Works.
edges. Okay.
Just make sure you're gonna.
Double,
This is the-
triple, 5 coat that shit too.
Yeah. No, actually, I was gonna say that. Like, you think one coat's enough? It's not.
Look, I've seen the
But-
sun. That shit is scary. I'm not gonna be fucking around. We're gonna go into the. You know what? We're probably gonna get onto some fucking list too if we go into a store and like it's 700 cans of black paint, please.
Well, we can go to each of us go to a different store, get a few.
You know what
Yeah,
they
it's
call
a-
that?
Wise
They
idea.
actually have a name for that in Vice. It's fucked up, but they have a name for that shit. So be careful.
I mean, it's the world of darkness. I doubt they even bother with lists. Everyone's just
What's that? You wearing a
I
hoodie? I'm gonna
know.
arrest you.
Well, I know somebody at Blackout Blog. I know them at that blog, so we can just contact them.
Please, no one uses
Well,
a
I'm not
fucking
sure
idiot.
why that was so funny, but can we go to East Olympic Avenue, please?
Oh, do be careful, sweetie. Remember that. Okay, so just to put this into some context for you, there's the two people, the two gangs are both trying to move into the territory, and that space is between them, which means that they'll at least have somebody on the lookout in those areas in case the other gang was attacking, right? So don't
So we're
try
going
and
to
be a
watched.
little subtle. Maybe you could maybe even slip under the radar entirely and get some extra time out of that if you
Okay.
are careful. Don't just go around flipping cars, I guess is what I'm saying. But
Out of character, I forget if you mentioned it. Did we learn if these are vampire gangs or people gangs?
they are
gangs.
Vampire gangs.
because he's worried about the Anarch state being at constant war, which is why he
Got it.
wants you to be a buffer because he sincerely wants, like McNeil, supposedly they're both incredibly interested in like actual peace occurring.
And as it turns out, I'm incredibly interested in peace occurring because,
Peace in our time.
I've got
Pretty much
that trait that makes me a follower. So that's what I gotta do. Okay, I'm down. I'm DTF.
Are you down to
Clown. Yes.
flang
Yes.
Genevieve?
So wreckage. I have stealth, right? And I have extra stealth. Is there anything I can do to give group cover or something like that? I don't have the
no.
book in front of me, so.
How many do you have in stealth, Dave?
Well, he doesn't have like a huge stealth, but he gets an extra dice from being a less
The Sombra.
covered in shadow. If he
Oh,
so
yeah.
chooses to use that power, it will cost a blood.
Mhm.
The
That's why I was asking if it was like. I'm pretty sure you and I have the exact same stealth rating, but
Yeah,
I
three.
get the that's what I was
I
asking
remember that
about,
from
like
last time,
being
yeah.
able to include others in that. Is that a possibility?
right, and we
Like-
spoke about that last time. The power literally says can only affect one vampire at a time.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you cannot, unfortunately, assist the whole group. But the things that are maybe more. I think you guys should take a second and actually talk about how you're going to approach, like, scouting
Just
out.
us just going down the street and looking at stuff isn't going to be like,
4 vampires. Oh my gosh.
Stop that voice, by the way. It's
that's my
getting-
that's my default goon voice.
Yeah. By the way, Wreckage, is this like Sin Eaters where we just inherently know when we see another vampire that it's a vampire?
So other vampires don't. Not all vampires can, but vampires with auspex.
I know that Auspex 2 gives us like auras,
Aura vision or whatever.
which
And-
is incredibly useful. I've had that in other games and it is good, but like
So to be specific, in Sin Eaters, you had a special power that let you tell how a corpse died, which meant when you saw a vampire on the bus or whatever, they were a corpse and registered for that power. But vampires don't have any sort of special
see the dead power, right? Okay,
right. So it doesn't come up.
I mean, but wouldn't we know that one is a prey and one isn't? Like, because there's one with pumping blood and one without.
Right,
we-
but you don't have blood vision either.
Okay, so so let's say that we get into a situation where we're like feeding. Can we accidentally feed on something that's not human and not know about it?
You will know about it immediately once you taste the blood because you are.
Okay, so
like,
you have
your
to
senses for blood are incredibly acute.
Okay,
but
so we have to go that far. We have to go balls deep before we realize that we fucked up.
right, you'll recall actually in Sin Eaters in your fight with the vampire.
Yes, he said, "What are you? You taste like shit." I remember. Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't until he fed from you that he was like, "Oh, you guys are something. I don't know what what you are, but you're something."
You taste like ectoplasm. Okay.
Right. So East Olympic Boulevard between Highway 132, 131, 133. Apparently, it has a lot of numbers. Los Angeles River. There is a whole little space,
Mhm.
and it actually includes more than just East Olympic Boulevard, but that's basically where the interesting stuff is.
Oh, hell yeah, there's a Sears on our block.
In 2017, not in 1990 World of Darkness.
Sears has been around forever, man.
Yeah. You don't
Yes.
think there was a Sears in the 90s?
No, there was.
That
Just
was
wasn't
the
on-
store.
There was only Sears.
It was
in the
only
90s.
Sears.
Look, I think you're misunderstanding. I'm not saying there was no Sears. I'm saying that there isn't one on East Olympic Boulevard in 1990.
Ew.
We'll see.
It was a Hungry Jack's back then.
It was a blog.
Oh, wait,
Damn.
can we just stop with this joke? Because it's awful, and I'm
great
not
joke.
having a good time. Okay.
Sears.
I feel assaulted.
Right. So you
Yeah,
guys are gonna
so-
go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it would be all right if we just kind of walk. I mean, guys, if we just walk past it, I mean, I think Maria's right. It's not going to be like, oh, they're casing the joint. We just you got to walk by and be nonchalant
casual.
about it. Be casual.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's just go look for some for rent signs. All right.
And then we just
Um,
take it.
So I'm gonna have my investigator powers on overdrive wreckage.
Right. You're gonna spend a blood to turn on investigative powers.
Yeah. Actually, no. I'm gonna turn on my Auspex one.
Okay.
And I'm going to be literally listening out and using all of my investigative. When I say investigative, I mean like my detective training, whatever you want to call it, to notice things like people doing gang stuff, or like being suspicious, or like, for example, a building that is oddly got the wrong type of people in the front of it, or that sort of stuff, right? Things that stick out, like criminal activities stick out. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for, because
Well,
it's
that'll
safe
be a
to
roll.
assume that if we can find, say, some sort of organizational area where gangs might attempt to hold, because what we were told is that this place goes back and forth between the gangs, right? It's not like
No.
it's not like Switzerland. It's not like none of them hold it. It's like one holds it sometimes and the other
No,
one
it
holds
is like
another time.
Switzerland. It is like Switzerland. What's happening is that neither of them can claim it at all for any period of time. So it's not going back and forth. It's
Oh.
it's sort of become like
It's like
Not-
the DMZ or something between North and South Korea.
right, except
Yeah.
for it's not demilitarized. It's
Right.
it's a zone that isn't demilitarized. Like maybe a neutral zone from Star Trek is a better, like, how in Star Trek the Romulans and the Federation are both constantly carrying out operations in the neutral zone, even though they're not
Yes.
supposed to.
Oh yeah, and then the Jedi's have to go after him because
Fuck you.
And every once in a while, the Romulans are like, you're doing an awful lot in the neutral zone here. Are those really science vessels? And they just
Of
go back and forth.
course they are.
Okay, so we're science vessels. Got it.
Yep.
So
Are
I
you
would.
taking a taxi or public transportation or walking? Like, what are you doing?
So I think we're taking a taxi to East Olympic,
yeah.
and then we're just gonna.
Hoof it. We're gonna leg it. We're gonna put boots on the ground and walk around, get a feel for the town.
Do you want them to let you off at like basically exactly the start of the territory?
Yeah, that'd be awesome, actually.
Or
Yes.
do you want to go deep into? Okay, so basically, you will be let off where the Sears is, but isn't. It's not a Sears. It's
It was open in the 90s. Thank you very much.
Can I get a?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I don't believe you.
I've been there a long ass time.
Womp, womp.
Can you send a link to this over Discord for me, please?
To the
This
Sears
exact-
article?
No, this exact article, this exact link you have for the map or whatever of this area. I want to get an idea of
I'm not sure if Google Maps works that way.
I think they do. 1 second.
because I'm not sure what I'm even looking at,
Let me see if this works.
let alone 4. Anyway, so what do you need me to roll, Wreckage,
it does.
to do a roll? I assume it's perception / investigation.
Don't worry yet. This roll will happen when it happens.
Okay, cool.
For now, you guys are just literally let off at the first business off of the Los Angeles River. It's the world of darkness. So this is a universe in which the EPA doesn't exist, and the Los Angeles River through downtown LA is flammable, and doesn't smell good or anything. That's all. That's what I'm pointing out. But hey, you don't have to smell if you don't want to, so that's nice.
Haha.
I don't smell.
That's right, because we don't shower. We don't have to shower anymore, so we don't smell at all.
So where does? Okay, I think I got an idea where this is.
So yeah, there are East Olympic Boulevard is basically the storefronty main street of this area, which is poor and right next to the industrial district, at least in the 90s. It's poor. I'm not sure what it is now. In the 90s, World of Darkness. Again, we're saying it in a real city, so I don't want to offend anybody who happens to actually be from LA. But
And in the 90s.
and in World of Darkness.
If you happen to be in the 90s.
And in
right
World
now.
of Darkness.
Look, if someone's gonna get upset, it's probably because we're not playing vampires, right? Like that's probably what they're gonna get upset about. It's like,
Right.
fucking God.
There are a lot of on this side of East Olympic Boulevard, there are a lot of businesses that are not only tailored to Hispanic culture, but often entirely written in Spanish with absolutely no attempt to be like Spanish and English. Like there are a lot of seedy pawn shops and porno shops, and there's a pizza smut as you go further down the street. Of course, this is a joke that we told earlier. Dollar Tree. It is.
And then Neiman Marcus. It's weird. I don't know why that's there.
Nah. It's a shitty. Put into your mind, those of you that have played Vampire the Masquerades, the Bloodlines, that sort of those streets where there was everything on it, and all of it was shitty and crappy. There are some bars and some nightclubs, but not big ones and not nice ones. There is, like you pass a school that is, you definitely wouldn't want your kids to go there, but it's
Like there's a school and then there's a prison, and we're pretty sure the prison was a school because it had less iron bars than the school did.
Right? Yeah, it's like,
Like,
Right.
right. Like there's a playground, but it's like a playground in that it's just a field of
it's
dead
a bunch
grass.
of like deadlifts, weights, and stuff like that. Like.
And then just like
Kids got to get swole.
like where the playground equipment might be, there's just blown out rusty pipes that maybe you can swing on a little bit and definitely get tetanus from.
Charming fucking neighborhood.
There's also churches, though, which you find quite a lot of in neighborhoods like this. A lot of, Our Lady Maria's, very catered to the Hispanic community. And
That's racist.
graveyards connected to them. It's not racist to say that Christian Hispanics idolize Mary, Mother of God. That's not even kind of racist because it's just true with no negative connotation.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me, but in a weird way. 'Cause you said Arlene. Maria.
No.
I thought you were just talking about me in a weird way.
No, Mary, Mother of God.
Right.
Hispanics
Right.
idolize her over Jesus sometimes. That's because she showed up in Mexico and was the sort of driving force of the I almost said Inquisition, but the missionary work that was done in Mexico is largely based on.
He just went around
No one
killing
expects
motherfuckers.
no one expects the
Yeah.
the Christian Inquisition, you know.
Nobody expects
Oh,
the
God.
Espanol Inquisition. Anyway,
So should we just walk down the street and see what we find?
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll
let's
see
case
you.
it out.
We'll see some for rent signs.
let's
So-
do this. Let's do this with a little bit more direction. Is there things that people want to find?
Criminal activity.
No, I know, but I mean,
I guess anywhere that looks abandoned.
No, fuck no. I don't want to live in an abandoned place.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd be
we would
looking
turn it into
for
not- we would turn
the
it into
highest
not being
end.
abandoned.
yes, by going into it,
It would no longer be abandoned.
It-
'Cause we would be there.
I don't know
It-
if you've
it-
ever lived in a house that you fix up, but fuck that if we've only got 8 hours a day. All right. Like,
Right.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
I'm
you
looking-
also have superhuman strength. And
I wanna live in a place that has a fire pole like the Ghostbusters.
you're a
I mean-
fucking idiot. You know that.
God, well, hey,
If
that's
we
what I
find an
want.
abandoned
I want
firehouse,
what I want.
then sure.
I mean, there's a firehouse
Thank
that
you,
we could.
Maria.
There's a firehouse that we could make abandoned, like Rodney points.
I like the
What,
idea that
just-
there's like, you know, they're holding like a cupcake bake-off sale at the front of it or some shit to
What,
raise
like, just-
money for like getting
Well,
a
it's
new
also at
fire
night, so,
truck.
like,
Like,
But-
we could just make them all
Everything is more
vampires.
sinister at night. Like, what if you just came across some
Oh,
girls?
that's right. It's fucking
movie.
nighttime. I keep forgetting
Right,
that shit.
It's always night.
yeah, it's always nighttime. So like, well, would just kill all of them?
I mean,
I mean, we are vampires.
Well, I don't. Well, yeah, but we don't have to just go killing everyone we see.
Listen. If we're gonna live in this place, we're gonna need actual people who respond to fires. Especially if we're gonna be stopping a war between two fucking regions. Okay.
I'm
Alright,
pretty
fine,
sure
well-
any fires we're not going to be anywhere near them. So
I
That's
mean, they're
fine.
gonna be here because we're in the middle of two fucking war zones. You forget that.
right.
I'm telling you this now. I will find something I can use as a fire pole, and I will shove it through the floor of whatever house we find.
What if it only has one floor?
Goddamn, Maria.
I mean,
Well, it's
how
not
long have we
likely to
known
have
this
only
guy?
one
He's
floor
gonna
around
dig.
here.
He's gonna dig a basement and live in it himself. Okay.
Exactly.
there are no abandoned buildings on East Olympic Boulevard because it is, despite being in a lower income area, a thoroughfare of business in that area.
What about
So, I
what-
personally, I would definitely be looking for the highest end place.
yeah,
But
either that or some sort of like laundromat that we can live on top of.
Almost all of the businesses have at least a couple apartments above them
Mm-hmm.
on the second floor. So if that's your ultimate goal, then it's really a matter of picking a business. There are also just actual, like, just an apartment block buildings.
How hard would it be to like, if we were to say, so, you know, I really like your idea of living high life, but we can't live up.
how come?
Why?
Why not?
Well, again, middle of two war zones. If someone rolls deep on us and we're not aware of that shit, we need to be able to have a get out bag and a way out.
Oh, I
Like-
have an idea. We
Like
should
jumping out, like, you know, we can like jump like really good now. We can't even break our legs really as easily. So
Ah, sweet.
And fire escapes.
I mean,
Hey,
I was
I have
awake
an idea.
for a couple of days or not even a couple of hours, and someone broke my goddamn arm. So I don't believe that for a fucking second.
Hey,
right, but she had super strength. It wasn't because you fell.
guys, listen up.
What? Ah,
We should look for a place above a club. That way,
There you go.
easy feeding.
I like that idea.
That's a good idea. That's the best idea I've heard yet.
Because then we can
That
just
and my
sleep all
fire
day
pole.
when it's quiet. And then it'll be awake at night, so it won't look weird that we're coming out at night.
There we go.
Busiest club we can find.
All right. Let's find a club.
Wreckage.
Yeah.
How
At
many
this
of
point,
how many of us
you have-
dudes have dominate? By the way,
No.
none.
I think I have dominate.
Yeah, I do not.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one dominate then.
Do you actually have it?
I have the discipline. I don't have any points in it.
Okay, then. So you don't actually have it.
So, okay. So Brian, you didn't have it either?
No.
Wow. Shit. Okay.
I think you're the only one capable of it, and you don't have points in it yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would like to be able to get it, but we don't know how that shit's gonna work. So, it is what it is. Okay. Intrinsically, do we know anything about how our blood works? Because I know how our blood works, but Damien wouldn't know how his blood works.
Salvador explained it to you last night, although not in great detail.
What did he actually tell us? Because I don't want to break any sort of fab rule.
He said that many of the people that you saw downstairs were ghouls, which is what happens when a human is fed vampire blood over several nights.
You know what? Then that's what we do. I look at Lavin and I'm like, have you ever wooed someone before? Like, used your...
Wooed someone?
Yeah, that's the one. You ever done that?
Of course.
Okay, so we're going to have to, like, I don't know, get a guy who owns this club to give us the club. We can't just walk in there and take it. So there's a couple of ways we can do it. We can turn him into one of those ghoul things. That would be very handy because then he knows how to run a fucking nightclub and we don't have to do that shit.
Oh man, that's a good idea. I'm listening.
But we need you to do your business and make him feel comfortable during that period. You reckon you can do that shit?
I think I can.
All right. The rest of us will take up positions around the nightclub, and if you need any help, you just give us the old ring on the telephone.
Okay.
Because, there's nothing worse than your girlfriend having friends you don't like, right?
Right.
Do we know the process of making a ghoul?
You just give him the blood. You just give him some of your blood.
That sounds like...
Yeah, but like,
that
how much?
Yeah, that sounds like an oversimplification.
I mean, it can't be that hard to give someone some of your blood. Like, maybe when he's asleep, you could just like, put it in his mouth.
Well, it's a good idea. Maybe we should learn more about this.
Well, fuck it. Why don't we just go in there, grab the guy, tie him up somewhere in some fucking basement and do it that way too?
I mean, I'm all for that. We
what,
grab a victim first, practice.
If we try to find...
That's not a bad idea. We could try it out.
Above a club, then over the next month or so, we can take over the club.
All right.
Yeah, just like practice.
By any means necessary.
All right. Well, how about this then? How about this then? How about we legitimately rent a place here? Right? Some fucking shithole. Doesn't matter where it is. And then we can start to, I don't know, practice on all the people in the building until that building is ours. Right? Practice making ghouls and all that shit. I don't think there's any rules against it. Who fucking knows if there are? No one's told us anything. Let's do that. And then...
I like where this is going.
And then
Let's find the club.
then when we got everything down pat, we hit the big honchos,
And we're comfortable with just turning people into these things.
Listen, I had some reservations a couple of days ago, but since
we're gonna have to start doing evil shit sooner or later.
Well, they'll be happy if you think about it. They'll totally be happy.
Yes, they will.
We still don't really know how it works.
So Maria, let me put this in perspective. All right, I was in your position a couple of hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
Until the police force turned their fucking backs on me. All right, I tried to stay within the boundaries of whatever it was that I was before this. I'm this now.
The police didn't like you very much. That must have been so terrible for you.
Well, they're my brothers in blue. Well, they were. Right? I'm still not going to fuck with them because, I still have respect for the people that run the law enforcement in this fucking forsaken city.
Where have you guys Where are you having this conversation?
I don't know.
Probably just on a street corner or something.
Yeah.
I feel like as we're walking to find a club.
Yeah, we're probably in a subway using Wi-Fi. You know, not a subway, a fucking Starbucks. Subway, yeah.
So you're in a
Subways are
coffee
places
shop?
that subways are the only place in World of Darkness that have Wi-Fi. So.
There's no Wi-Fi. It's the 90s, Dave.
No.
And Subway were very progressive in the 90s. Okay.
Anyway,
I was gonna make another. Never mind.
where are you guys actually stopping to have this conversation? Because it is somewhat complicated.
No, I thought we were talking and walking.
Yeah, we're
and
probably talking and walking, looking for a nice
Alright.
apartment building to, rent one apartment in and then sort of fan out.
Yeah, see if there's
from there.
any for rent places or whatever.
Yeah, over
Like
a
Tuesday
club.
said.
I mean, several of the apartment blocks. So over the club, there's no for rent because the club people probably own those.
Well, within reasonable distance to that. So maybe like
Yeah, we need
somewhere
one close.
somewhere we can keep an eye on the place, so maybe we can get a picture of who runs what in that place.
There are a couple of, like, basically everything that is an apartment block has a for like at least a single for rent sign. Maybe not completely empty, but they all have.
Is there something
Alright.
like either
Let's check
across
out
the
the
street
one.
from a club or like caddy corner?
Yeah, let's check out the one closest to.
Maybe
A
one that
club,
doesn't
yeah.
give a fuck about what we do in the inside of the apartment as well, at least for the time being.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
we may have to buy it.
That's hard to see simply by looking at it.
I mean, listen, I've rented places my entire life. Sometimes you walk into a place, you're like, oh yeah, they don't give a fuck about this
Totally.
place. like you can tell. Like they'll ask for a deposit, but they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You guys go into an apartment building?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The first apartment building you go into, you open the door, and there is a like caged reception area where a
Speak into the microphone, please.
where a balding man has his feet up and he's watching the tiniest television that's showing the Twilight Zone. And
The Twilight Zone.
in the reception area, there is a mostly broken but still functional wooden bench that has a cardboard box dismantled over it and a homeless person sleeping on it.
All right, go up, rack on the bars, and say, "Yo, hombre."
He is white. He turns to you and is
I don't
like,
give a fuck if he's white.
he looks at you through glazed eyes and says, "What?"
You got a room upstairs facing the club?
No. Got a room?
Can you make a room upstairs facing the club?
No. Can you make rent?
I can make rent, and I can make rent of whatever person's in that fucking room facing the club.
He sort of puts his feet down and is like, that is the most suspicious and obviously criminal thing that anyone has ever said to me.
Can I, like, push my badge underneath the fucking thing and just be like, or put it up against the glass and be like, is this suspicious now, motherfucker?
Yeah, I would think so.
Only a little.
Yeah, you got some kind of warrant? You want that place that looks at the club?
Look, this is strictly off the books until we can get a warrant, and your help within the police procedures right now will be favorably looked upon the city once it's finished.
How fucking green are you? Who gave you that fake badge and told you to come here and jimmy this apartment from me?
Is he
Hey,
near?
guys,
Is he
ready
near
to
the
go?
bar?
Yeah, all right. Hey, the first
See
rule of
ya.
real estate, learn when to walk away. See ya, fucker.
Is
And
he-
I'm gonna start walking
Yeah,
up
I'm
the
already
Is he
walking
near
out.
the bar's wreckage?
He's behind the bars, yeah.
Is he like coming? Is he like looking over at the badge?
He's not making much effort to like look at it. No.
Okay, it's like, what do you got then?
We got a place. Doesn't face the fucking club. Faces the
What floor is it
Back.
on?
4th.
How many floors in this place, wreckage?
4.
That works.
All right. Show us it.
He sort of like looks over at his office is a mess. I mean, I'm sure you expect like empty pizza smut boxes and like to go donut boxes that have just been left to fly and fruit fly and bleh. He looks over at the sort of rack where keys are, sort of squints for a second, then like moves a bunch of garbage off the table, and the keys have fallen down there, and he grabs it and like slips it through the thing and is like, show yourself, and then goes back to watching the Twilight Zone.
Okay.
God, if I had the aspects to fucking control TVs, just be like. All right, you guys want to check out this place, or do you want to leave?
Sure.
So I've stepped out from.
Yeah, I already walked out the front door with Laven.
So those guys left.
Let's check it out. If it's like take the key and like step a little bit away, like, and then kind of whisper to Damien, like, if it's on the 4th floor, we can just go to the roof and watch the club.
It's true. We can do that. No problem. We can also probably eventually force those other nerds out. It wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah, that's something else. Yeah, let's go check it out.
So you guys are gonna go check out the apartment. You get to the apartment. You go up some not clean stairs that like have people's garbage bags.
This probably doesn't bother us at all anymore, right? We don't smell any of this shit.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we don't.
Like,
smell
it doesn't bother us at
There's
all.
people's garbage on the stairs that have just been left unattended. There's like a stray dog in one of the like landings.
Make the
No,
dog
I got
a
a
ghoul,
human
man.
arm.
Make the dog a ghoul. Let's go.
If I had points in animalism, I could talk to it.
So you guys
Hey,
make
this
it
place
to
is
the
great. There's garbage everywhere.
each floor has 4 apartments,
Yeah.
except for the first floor, which was reception and maintenance.
Yeah.
So there are 12 apartments total in this block. And you've got the back right one. And when you go to put the key in the door, someone broke this door already, and like the key doesn't work at all, and door just like leans in.
I like the idea that we push it in, it doesn't move, and we just sort of push, but the handle of the door's still there, but the rest of the door just opens. It's like, I'm saying, all right.
And like there's some empty beer bottles around, like somebody was here, perhaps unallowed.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Lavin and Braden, what are you doing? Like, you didn't even get the memo that they went to go check on the apartment. You stormed out to be like, I'm not gonna make this deal.
Yeah.
You just sort of
Even though I'm a vampire now, I think my sensibilities are still a little bit like, I don't live somewhere like that.
Okay.
So I'd be looking for other
stone,
yeah, totally.
I mean,
in character, I think I would be kind of like
there is the club that you guys wanted to. It's like it's there.
Yeah, were there a few places that are around here, or was this the only one that we can see a for rent sign in?
Well, you wanted a for rent near a club.
Yes.
This club is the one that had for rent near it, and itself did not have for rent, but has apartments above it.
Oh, okay, so there weren't like a few places that were for rent around here. It's like, this is the place.
There are other places that have for rent that aren't near clubs. You asked for a
Gotcha.
place near a club.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are other apartment blocks, and there is a single other thing that would be considered a club on Olympic Boulevard, but there are only 2 things that are really clubs. There are more bars, but
Sure.
like a club that plays music and has dancing.
Gotcha.
Hey, Laven.
Yeah.
These guys, they're talking about like renting and stuff like that. Like, we're fucking vampires now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, why don't we just find the apartment that we like, that's nice, and just kill the people that are in it and take it over.
Oh, we can't. Oh, like I totally we can't kill him.
Okay,
kill 'em.
make them our slaves, whatever the hell.
Okay, see,
whatever
that
it is we can
sounds
do.
pretty cool. That sounds pretty cool. So like, okay, wait,
We're
that
their
guy in
family
there's
from out of town.
that guy in there's a total asshole. But what if we just take over his apartment building
I mean,
and we
yeah.
can make it nice? It'll be like nice looking.
We can have the whole thing.
All right, well let's just see. And I poke my head back in the door. I don't see them. I'm gonna poke my head back out, and I'm just gonna wait out here for them to come back because it looks like they might be up looking at it.
All right. Is this place a real fucking dump?
Yeah. Like I said, there's like papers on the ground.
How many rooms? Is it like spacious at least?
No. It is a single bedroom. The only wall that is interior separates the bed from the open concept living room and kitchen and bathroom.
You know what? I'm looking around. I'm just like, oh, fuck this. I don't have enough time in my night to do this shit anymore. You know what? So I just turned to Maria and I'm just like, listen, we're fucking vampires now. We could probably just walk into the nightclub and kill the fucking guys in the place that we want, right?
Well, we technically, yeah, but we don't have to.
I know we don't. Well, how about this? Instead of killing them, we could just tie them up and just turn them into our ghouls. Or at least we could try it on them, right? We could just tie them up, try it on them.
Maybe we should figure out what that entails first.
Well, it can't be that fucking hard.
Well, a lot of this stuff is very confusing.
Well, do you want to just maybe go to the next door right now in this floor and just live in there for a while? And we can just try it on whoever lives in there.
Well, I don't know if I feel okay with tying somebody up and.
Oh, come on! You've been drinking blood from living people.
That's
now.
different. They feel good from it, and then I wipe and it's gone, and that there's no.
Well, the same thing will happen here, except they'll be tied up while they're feeling good.
Does that happen when we feed them our blood? I don't know.
Probably. I mean, it can't be bad.
Lavin.
I like the idea that we're having the exact same conversation.
Yeah.
Lavin. That song is playing in your head?
Yeah.
And you're like, it's such a good song, and you're certain that it's coming from that club. Like, you're really tempted to go over there and like hang out. I mean, they're not coming out anyway.
Yeah, so I keep forgetting that it's night. Hey, you wanna go? If we're gonna live here, it sounds like there's a really good band in there. I know that band. Do you want to go in, check out the club?
Yeah, sure, crazy, whatever.
I just glare at him.
There's no reason for you to respond that way in this situation, Brady.
There isn't?
No.
Well, I mean, aside for him hating every attractive female, right?
I mean,
He hates
I don't know how to
chicks.
talk to women.
I mean, sure. What I'm saying
all women are crazy, man. They just bring you down, man.
What I'm saying is about the crazy remark. You are across the street in night from a club. It is playing music.
Oh, it is playing music.
She says it's got good music, and I know that band. There's nothing about that should insinuate that is a hallucination of hers.
Okay, or I could just call her crazy because that's what I call her.
Sure. I mean, I'm just saying. Right. Anyway.
Snowplow.
Right.
Snowplow, yeah. Shit, that's right. Let's go, Snowplow.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my god. I just look at him and go, let's go.
All right. So you guys walk across the street to the club. The club is called Tequila Tango.
God fucking damn it. Why can't...
I dig it.
I think Maria's gonna like this place.
I think so too.
It plays dancey music and serves very hard liquor.
No.
And also other spirits and wines.
Things I can't partake in anymore.
I can.
You have to from street level, you actually have to walk down immediate stairs. You know those kinds of businesses
Yeah.
where the door actually is immediately stairs and you
Totally.
walk down. And that basement level, that first basement level, is just entirely a dance floor.
Nice.
And the bar is like a balcony over the dance floor, like over part of the dance floor, and you have to go up
Nice.
other stairs to get to it. And like the DJ and the music come from underneath the balcony.
Okay.
And so it's just a really big dance floor.
Is it a DJ or a live band?
They clearly have the capacity for both.
Right, but
And,
which is playing
right.
right now?
Right now is a DJ.
Okay.
And how crowded are we talking? Is like 50% full or greater?
It's a weeknight,
Okay.
but it's also a like low income end of town past sundown
Sure.
where people don't have much better to do than dance and drink.
Mhm.
So it's still doing okay for numbers, but like it's not like a sweaty mosh pit.
Not elbow
right?
to elbow.
Like there's plenty of room to move through the dance space.
It's like a nightclub in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlands.
Right.
People only
actually.
dance when you start dancing. So
Yeah,
Right.
Sure.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. So can I go up to the DJ booth and I want to put like a crumpled couple of dollar bills on it?
Yeah.
And I whisper to the DJ, "Can you play tequila?"
oh, you're that fucking white guy. God damn it.
What is the now? Because I am white, and
Go
because
on.
and
Because you've never
okay.
seen Pee-wee's Great Adventure?
and because I've never also gone outside or been on anything that is a paved street, what I'm asking for here is what is the name? Because I recall it vaguely from movies and etc. But what is the derogatory name for stupid white people for if you're Hispanic?
Gringo.
Gringo, right?
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask, give me a stupid name for a DJ, and I was gonna be like DJ Kali. I mean, like,
Right. No, that's not where I was going with that. I was asking for the word gringo.
but it's totally DJ Kali up there. Like,
So he's like, oh, I can gringo. Yeah, sure. And he like cues it up. He's not gonna end the song he's playing.
Right.
ladies and gentlemen, we have a request from a white man. It's tequila.
It's also a very white request.
For this stupid gringo, here is tequila. Briefly.
It's like the only Spanish song I know. I like finger guns at Laven, like yeah, and I do like the Pee Wee Herman dance.
I'm definitely like,
Yeah, but you can only hear the music that you want, right, Lavin? That's how that shit
oh, I'm
works?
sure I can hear other tunes, but now I'm probably partly like, well, why is this one still? And I think I'm probably starting to slowly accept like that one just never goes away. It's my background now.
It's my theme
got the-
song, bitch.
I got the Cure 24/7.
Now remember that you can't be cognizant of that. Like you
Oh,
can't,
I keep forgetting that. So
right, like it's
still think I'm
happening-
hearing that from somewhere.
Well, it's not even that, right? Like, even if you're just humming it to yourself, the point is you can never be like, oh, I just always hear this song and it's in the
Sure.
background. Like, whenever it's brought up, maybe you come up with some sort of excuse to rationalize it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's just like, it's so stuck in your head that you're hearing it all the time. And
Sure.
in that subconscious way. So, you might just start like humming it to yourself and etc.
Gotcha.
So,
Then I go up to the bar and I say, "Hey, bartender, guess what I want to drink?"
Milk.
what? What?
Guess. Listen to the song. Look where we're at.
You
I
want
would like
to?
some.
You want to drink a man's semen?
Yeah,
Come out the back. I'll give you
I didn't
some.
know it was that kind of club. Give me tequila, goddammit. When in Rome, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm like,
Fucking gringo.
yeah.
So you guys are making idiots of yourselves in the club.
I'm wallflowering.
She's like, I'm not an idiot. Thank you very much.
Not with him.
I'm just checking this place out because this might be our stomping grounds.
Maria and Damien, you guys are arguing about tying people up and mind controlling them.
You know what, Maria? It's fine. Listen, let me just do this. I walk over to the across the hall, the one that faces the nightclub.
You open the door and there are 3 guys in leather standing there, and they don't they're not surprised you open the door, and they just push their way right in, and now there are 3 guys in the room with you.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
In our apartment or
Yes.
in another?
You opened the door.
Wait, what the
As
fuck?
he said, I described he was going to go across the way. There are 3 dudes in full leather that were standing right outside the door. And as he opened the door, Looney Tunes style, to be like, I'm going to go over there, and then turned around and there were 3 dudes.
So what do you mean in leather?
As in leather clothing.
As in the Matrix. As in these fuckers are vampires.
Like Matrix or gimp suits?
Matrix.
Okay.
I would have said 3 guys in gimp suits.
The gimp's sleeping.
If I meant that,
All right.
that's what I would have said.
If they start pushing their way in, I'm just like, whoa, boy, it's official police business. What's the matter here? Why are you in my fucking apartment?
Oh, yeah, we fucking believe that.
Uh,
Did that almost work, Sweet Cheeks?
Good evening. I look at Damien like,
What do you cuckolds want?
What do you cockholds want?
So, are these dudes packing sticks?
They're not packing anything. Their arms are at their sides, or in their coat pockets, or crossed. But they're definitely being aggressive in their positioning as they just pushed in.
Oh yeah, this is tough boy attitude. This is small dog syndrome, as I like to call it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe they can lift buses.
Yeah, maybe.
So,
give us a layout
yeah.
of what we can use in the room if it comes to blows. Is there an upturned table that I can break a leg off and be like?
There are discarded beer bottles.
Okay.
There is a porcelain toilet.
Okay.
And there is a old not functioning refrigerator.
All right, so I can Indiana
There's an
Jones one
oven.
of these dudes.
There's an oven.
Okay.
No
wood stakes equivalents.
No, there's cabinets, but they wouldn't turn into steaks easily. You'd have to be you'd have to take some time to be snap, and then snap, and okay, now it's a wooden steak.
Okay. We didn't have the forethought to stake up, did we?
No.
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 So anyway, you said, "What do you cuckolds want?" And he said, "What do you cuckolds want?"
I was like,
just checking out an apartment.
yeah, and I mean, is that a big problem?
Yeah, I'm kind of.
As I said, here on official city business.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's very believable. Did you pull that out of the Cracker Jack box, Grandpa?
What brings you fine leather-wearing gentlemen to our potential home?
They like to be preferred to be called gimps, Maria. Okay.
Oh, man. You better hope you brought something as sharp as that tongue.
Why?
We're here. We're here because you're here. And
You've made that abundantly clear, but you're not being clear.
very suspicious. Let's just be real. You know.
What? Can't a white guy and a white girl walk into a neighborhood with the Spaniards and ask for a shitty apartment to rent?
She's one of them is legitimately she's Hispanic.
Look, she's my handler, okay? I don't know what people eat here.
Oh man, you are racist. I almost believe you are a cop.
What gave
the
it
hell's
away
going
was
on?
it my fucking badge? You piece of shit.
What is this?
Why are you looking for an apartment here? Why are you asking weird questions.
We're not. I'm asking. Why are we asking weird questions? You just barged into an apartment that we're looking at.
No, I mean when you fucking were talking with the guy and you're all like, we're police and we need to oversee the club and all of this.
He likes to play cop.
It's because I am a fucking cop. What's the problem?
What is he? Goddamn mental case?
That's arguable.
Look, I like to look down girls' tops when they walk out of nightclubs. What's the fucking problem?
The third gentleman who hasn't spoken up sort of steps forward and it's like, let's cut the crap a little bit. We heard what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm. What's that?
We're all vamps here. Why do you want in on this turf?
Everyone needs a place to stay.
Look over at Maria. I'm just like, maybe like, can I like be in front of Maria and be able to turn around and like mouth something to her that other people can't hear or see?
No, there's 3 of them. They're right in your face. You're not going to be like.
Well, then I blow a kiss at one of them, obviously. No, I don't do that. Okay, well, I just, maybe I look at them and it's like, yeah, what's it to you? This place is free territory as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. So they say. But it's on the border of our turf. And you're being awfully suspicious about it.
I don't give a fuck. It's on the fucking inside of your turf. You don't own this shit.
You better fucking care what's in our turf. Like one of the guys gets close and the other guy has to like put a hand over his chest and hold him back a little bit.
Look, like you said, it's not in your turf. It's next to it. We're just looking for a place to hang out.
Uh-huh. Well, what if we said you couldn't?
Well, that'd be too bad for you now, wouldn't it? Because we're going to fucking move in here regardless of what you cocks say.
And you don't... You said it yourself. You don't own this place.
Exactly.
We own whatever we choose to own.
Ooh.
That's how Anarchs work.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck we're doing, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
So what if we decide we own this place and you can't move in?
Well...
We'll take it for ourselves. That's what we do. That's what Anarchs do.
I guess if we're not allowed to stay here when we are going to, we're going to have to go tell our friends.
Oh, friends.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Santa Claus, Jesus, Easter Bunny, Ronald
Listen,
Reagan.
vampires might not be able to get fucked anymore, but I'll tell you what. You'll get a real fucking if you stay around too much longer around me.
Ooh, I almost want to take you up on that, big boy.
What the fuck? I was talking about punching you in your stupid face, not... Ugh.
Look, we have no interest in taking your turf or whatever. We just...
It's not their fucking turf.
I know. That's what I'm trying to say. We're not going to edge into your territory. This street is a dead man zone, and we're going to just be the dead men that own this place.
Maria.
Yes.
Dear sweet Maria.
Yes.
Please give me a charisma.
Charisma?
Empathy.
Charisma, empathy.
Yep. If you could give me a charisma empathy.
And difficulty of said roll?
Standard.
Standard.
Normal.
Okay.
Unaffected by other things.
Juan success.
Juan success.
Juan success. My cousin.
Juan success.
Your cousin.
Juan success.
Juan success.
So the third guy. So to put this in perspective, first guy has been the one asking all the sarcastic questions. Second guy has been the one that when you've said a couple of things, he's almost popped off. And third guy is the one who only said the one thing after a very long silence, which was, we're all vampires here. Can we cut the crap?
Yeah.
Third guy is now also the one to come forward and be like, yeah, this territory is technically for grabs, but do you know what you're getting into?
What we're getting into is trying to calm this place down. There's enough infighting, and we're just trying to keep some peace.
Right, so you're going to move in here and keep the peace. Well,
Try to.
What if we have a vested interest in the peace not happening?
That's the whole fucking point of us being here, you fucking dense.
I'm not talking to Cro-Magnon over there. I'm talking to the lovely lady. You want to come in and keep the peace.
Yes.
We don't want peace. But we
Why?
don't want war with you. So maybe you should just leave. Or maybe you should promise us, and when the time comes, you're on our side.
We're not on anybody's side. We don't want a war.
No one's side, huh?
There's already a shit ton of war. Apparently.
Yeah,
So,
there is.
Right.
It's every vamp for himself. And you're not going to come in.
The Anarchs don't want that.
Do they not? Tell me what the Anarchs want, he says with air quotations.
Not fucking war, you dense fuck.
Wow,
There's a lot better things to be doing than just fighting each other over territory.
Yeah, we've all heard that. The last 40 years have been every vampire for himself. And it's worked out pretty well for a lot of people. And maybe we want our piece and our cut.
You have fucking territory already. What are you, greedy?
Yeah, actually. In a totally greed is good way.
Wreckage, out of curiosity, how noisy or how easy and obvious is it if I spawn some tentacles?
I mean,
behind these dudes, because I can spawn them in any shadow.
Right. Like there's no noise. It's very visually. You're also obviously like concentrating and using a power when you do it too.
Is it obvious? Like what does it look like when you use a power?
Yeah, I mean, it's like there's narrative room there for it to be, how you want it to be within the bounds of, you're still doing. Maybe you close your eyes, wave your hands.
Because what I'm thinking is I found some pretty good dudes to try out this ghoul shit on, even if it won't work.
Well, first of all, it definitely won't work against them.
Well,
and second
I
of all,
don't know that. Okay.
You probably can't take 3 guys. So, I mean, you're welcome to do whatever you want.
I'm pretty sure the tentacles get like. You never gave me a ruling on this. I have asked for one, but
I did give you a ruling. We discussed this.
Okay. Repeat it for me.
There is a brawl. There is a grapple check, and your tentacles don't have a brawl stat. So
I get that. But
are unlikely to bind people, but when they do, then they start doing what they do.
Okay, so but do they get their own initiative? If I spawn 4 tentacles, is there 4 additional initiatives plus my own?
No, they act on your turn.
But do they? But it's not an action for me to control one of them. They have their own actions. Yeah.
They have. Well, yeah.
So if I spawn 4 tentacles, right, because of my role, whatever that might be. Yeah.
Right.
And
I think you're also limited to your rating and the ability.
Yes. Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, I have to get successes, and you can only have so many.
Well, no, I think you are hard limited to your dots in obtenebration.
I don't have the book in front of me, so I can't fucking read this. But
I am aware, so I'm slowly pulling it up while we're talking.
So yeah, my understanding is if my initiative rolls around, then each of the tentacles get their own movement, action, blah 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 blah. Right? It doesn't use my own. So theoretically speaking,
no, they go on yours.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. But they don't. It's not like I have to use my action to control them because they do their own thing.
Right.
And it doesn't. And I don't have to concentrate on these things. So theoretically speaking, I can even the odds by bringing in some tentacles to So you said they have no bashing, but they do have grapple, and that's pretty much all.
No. They have no brawl stat. So when they grapple, they're only grappling with strength, and the other person is resisting with strength.
I'm pretty sure it says that I get like, it's my rating plus my strength that they get in. They get a brawl stat from that, right? It says it in the book. I'm pretty sure.
Strength is equal to the invoke. No, they have their base stats equal to the invoking is a vampire's obtenebration trait, and potence and celerity dots can be added to those ratings.
Mm-hmm.
If it can blah 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 blah. Right. Yeah. So you can use potence and celerity to make them stronger.
Mm-hmm.
They have the rating of your obtenebration rating,
Which
not
is 3.
your rating.
Yeah.
And they make grapple checks, which is strength plus brawl, and do not have a brawl stat. So what I'm saying is you don't just get 3 dudes who are like super strong and capable of strangling 3 dudes. You get 3 tentacles, which make 3 brawl checks, and maybe you grab somebody. And against weaker foes, like humans especially, would have absolutely no chance.
Yep.
But these vampires could be very strong, and then you would just be starting the fight, really.
Yeah. I'm just weighing up my options here, buddy. That's all.
All right.
Sorry to take muster away from the conversation, but yeah.
Yeah. So, Maria is making progress in a conversation. What do you want to reply with?
So what was the last thing? Like, so basically they're kind of just like, oh, well, we want to fight and we want chaos and shit. Like,
well, not like they weren't like, we want chaos and evil and stuff. They were just like, we don't want you to move in and stop. Basically what they're saying is both, like, we are planning to invade them. We don't want you to move in and stop that. Like, you know, they're not saying we're fucking evil or whatever and we just want blood in the streets, but they aren't pro peace, like just as a blanket statement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the same way that, you know, countries aren't necessarily like fascist, but they still might invade each other for resources.
So you know what? Maybe are you hesitating at all with this answer, Maria?
Probably somewhat. I'm trying to think. Like,
all right.
She like,
motherfucker, this place, this island, this little space of land, consider it fucking Switzerland.
Really?
Because the moment you go to war with us is the moment you get fucked.
Whoa! Oh, really? You're more getting fucked, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You're very obsessed with that.
Oh yeah, I'm into the deep dickings, mate.
Oh my god!
I mean,
look, there are a lot of people there are a lot of people that have a vested interest in this city calming the fuck down.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, and we have a vested interest in it not calming down, at least for now.
Well, the vested interest of it calming down is significantly larger than yours. I can guarantee that shit.
You know what? I'm not talking to you, Cro-Magnum.
Well, you're gonna have to because I'm in the fucking room.
I want to know right now why I should let you move into this area.
It's not whether you let us. We're going to.
Because
he's looking at Maria, not even responding to you.
We're here.
Why should I let you?
We're here. It's going to happen.
Is it? Because the 3 of us could fucking kill you right now.
Well, there's more where we came from.
Yeah, actually, we know. Tweedledee and Tweedledum are in the club across the street.
It's not just those ones.
Yeah, it's not just them.
Uh-oh.
We have...
What's Cro-Magnon, by the way?
Cro-Magnon is a genius of hominid from before we evolved into humans.
He's calling
Very,
you dumb.
very,
He's calling you big and dumb.
Caveman.
He's calling you a caveman.
Yeah.
I get you.
We're friends
go on.
with very powerful people that are...
Oh, sure you are.
What does he do exactly? Is he in charge of the city? Does he help run the city?
Nobody is in charge because it's an Anarch state. So I'm not responding in character here. I'm letting you know out of character in case you're confused. Nobody is in charge. Everyone
Everyone considers him in charge, right? That's sort of.
No.
It was mentioned that there's no hierarchy, but everyone looks to him for leadership.
Everyone looks to McNeil for leadership, but McNeil refuses to step up. And so in the wake, so McNeil is a pure anarchist, the Braveheart guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he refuses to become a leader, which is what everyone wants him to do. But since he hasn't done that, in the wake of that, everybody is a series of gangs fighting over territory.
Right.
And Don Salvador Garcia is a leader of a big gang who has a lot of territory, who also fought with McNeil to form the Anarch state in the first place. So has positive street cred.
Mm-hmm. And so just to be clear, so I don't do anything that we are allowed to basically like name drop him, right?
Right. You can't imply that you're in his gang.
Right. Yeah.
You're allowed to say, if you go to war with us, we have the back, like Don Salvador is on our side.
Yeah. Like one of the barons has our back. If you try to stop us from doing this, is a reasonable thing.
Which we've already said. They just
right. Well,
you didn't actually say that.
Right, well, yeah,
in
I'm
any way, shape, or form.
Right. Yeah. I was about to we're doing this. We're doing this to help ease some tensions, and so we can actually have a place to stay. If you try to stop us, you'll also be going to war with one of the barons.
Oh yeah, which one?
A fairly handsome Spaniard.
Like his her brow furrows, and it's like,
I mean, this whole town's run by Spanish.
like that is a moment where he's like, what? This is 2, and then 3 is like, are you trying to imply that Don Salvador endorses this?
I lean in and say, deep dickens.
I thought that was being quite clear that's what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
No, you were being extremely vague.
Oh, sorry. I do that. But yes. That's what I'm saying.
Third guy, like, second guy starts being like, yeah, fucking right.
Yeah. By now, I'm looking at third guy. I'm like ignoring the other two. Like it's basically me and third guy, and then the other two, and then like Damien's kind of also is also in my kind of with me too.
There are 5 people in this conversation, and 3 are not helping. Is what is the?
It's a pissing contest between 3 of them, right? Like,
so
my dick's bigger than yours, asshole. I'll put it into your butt. No.
First guy is like, fuck it, man. Let's just tear their goddamn heads off and claim ignorance, even if it is fucking Don Salvador. And he like starts like cracking his knuckles and walking forward. And then third guy like puts a very firm hand on his shoulder. Like, and when I say very firm,
like collarbone breaking firm.
Well, like imagine if
the sound of an anime hand closing sort of firm.
Yeah, the anime hand, like, or
the
like
leather sounds like,
exactly. And imagine also like the unspoken tension of like if Superman put a hand on Superman's shoulder, but like really, really. Like, they can both take it, but, like, the whole room sort of tenses up.
Actually, Superman needs his son to live, so this doesn't work in this instance. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, third guy's like,
no. And then first guy looks around, like, wah. And he says, go stop the others. And there's, like, a moment of hesitation. And then first guy is gone. Like, and the door, which is broken, like slams against the hallway as if,
so now we don't have a door. Great.
Yeah. And I'm just like a fucking fart in the wind.
Um,
I love my character now.
this guy leans in to you, Maria, and he's like, "We will, of course, have to confirm this claim.
Sure.
But if this is really what's happening, well, I feel sorry for you."
Sorry
At
for us
least.
trying to find a place to live and stop a bunch of
Uh,
other people from fighting each other.
Yeah, actually, that's the worst people to stop from me fighting one another. He sort of leaves the room with the second guy in normal speed. Meanwhile, Lavin.
Toodles, Neo. No, I don't. Neo probably doesn't exist at this point. Then.
So I've been. Oh, go
yeah.
ahead.
I'll say when we come back, I want to literally be dancing on the bar like Pee Wee, and everyone is fucking loving it.
No, neither of those things.
No, they're screaming at him in Spanish, and he's just like, "Yeah,
It's like, yeah, guys, yeah,
They're like, get the hell out of our bar.
Braden, do you
Like,
climb up on the
looking.
bar?
yeah.
All right. So, Braden, you get pulled down from the bar and thrown onto the ground. And I need initiative because a very tough vampire is about to punch your fucking teeth out for being a goddamn asshole.
$17.
It's plus your dexterity, by the way.
It's D10 plus your dexterity.
Yeah,
No,
I
no.
forgot what game I was playing. Hold on.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, your
That's-
initiative in fucking 5e is
plus
trash
three.
as well. Huh?
Yeah. 10,
D10 plus, in your case, 3.
7.
7.
Yeah, it's about the same. So.
All right. So, let's look up the soaking damage rules for.
Can Laven do what she's doing while you figure that out?
Sure. What were you doing, Lavin? While
So I
he-
wallflowered it up just to kind of get the lay of the land, and then I was gonna go slinking about to see what I can see, locate maybe offices, and just kind of generally know the layout of the place and see if I bump into any people I think are owners.
So this will be. So you're going to try and wine and dine to find the owners. Is that basically?
Not wine and dine, but I stood back while he was kind of being,
So you're
attention
not actually,
grabbing.
like socially maneuvering your way through. You're not like flirting.
No, just sneaking, stealthy. Yeah.
So in
You can't
that
blow
case,
you can't blow the charm rolls on just about every Tom, Dick, and Harry. You can only use it on one person.
So
Gotta
that
find
would-
the key, dude.
That's right.
that would be a perception alertness roll then.
Okay. Perception. Alertness.
Boom.
Hey, that's not bad. 2 successes.
Yeah. Not
It's weird that
shabby.
it tells you what dice pool you roll, like it fucking matters, right? Like,
Yeah.
It might, right.
all
So
the
2
pools
successes.
changes though. So
You're not sure if you see exactly owner per se, but definitely like at the very least they're the shift manager or something because you see them and various employees
Dictating.
asking them the questions
Yeah.
and giving various orders. Meanwhile, back to Braden. Braden was being an asshole on a bar.
I was being the life of the party.
And now he's gonna get punched. I
mean, this is how he feeds. It's no different from any other place, right?
dexterity brawl, and he's you're gonna get punched first.
So he gets a defense roll, right? Which
So once
removes-
he receives damage,
Yeah.
he will then later be allowed to roll soak.
Right,
Yeah.
soak, yeah. Which is strength, I believe.
All right.
That's
This guy.
You got lucky, bitch.
Yeah, no shit.
This guy punches you for 1 lethal.
Which you can soak twice with 2 strength.
No, he can roll as many dice as he has
That's right.
stamina.
You have to roll stamina, and that's how many soak you get. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so I got 3, so I'll do 3.
But you also
Okay.
get what? You also
No,
get
this
something
one,
else, right?
stamina. You don't need to put this one in manually. You can use the dice pool for this
Oh,
because you can just click one pool stamina and then just go.
Keep in
Gotcha,
mind, you
gotcha.
can also spend blood to soak lethal. Now, is there any limit? Okay, we can spend 2 blood per turn. So theoretically speaking, you can soak 2 lethal with 2 blood every single turn.
Yep.
But if you do a power and on your turn, for example, like say it rolls around to your turn and you use a power. Let's say you're going first, right? If you were to do a power, like activate a power, it costs 1 blood. And then this guy hits you for 2 lethal after your turn, like in the same round. You can only spend 1 blood to soak instead of 2 because you spent 1 earlier. So
Right.
keep that in
Well,
mind. So
I
because you're
rolled
going last,
2
it doesn't fucking matter, right? So
Yeah, I rolled 2 successes with my stamina roll.
Right. So you don't take any damage. Can
can
but
you
he-
do you soak?
So
Do you spend
you can-
blood to soak after you roll stamina or before?
you
Like, do you have
I
to
think-
nominate to do it?
I think automatic soaking has to be called before you attempt to roll.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Alright.
So anyway, you get hit really hard, but don't feel any worse afterwards.
and I'll say, "Come on, man! I'm just trying to have a good time.
I like at the
Liven
same.
it up a little bit."
I like that you get punched the moment that the song goes tequila. It's like,
Yeah. Straighten my glasses back out. I'm like, I'm just trying to have a good time, buddy. I'll chill out. It's fine. Let me buy you a drink. Do you like tequila? And I like wink at him.
You're still holding a shot because you can't drink it. You haven't like.
Yeah.
All right, I need you to roll charisma empathy.
Okay. This is gonna go terribly.
Oh, this is your dump stat, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Holy
Whoa,
fuck.
1 dice.
Dang.
Success.
I mean, in some ways, one dice is like.
The same as 10 dice, right?
In some ways, with 1 dice, you have a 40% chance.
Is
And
it a dump stat or am I a fucking genius?
I only roll 1 dice good anyway. It might as well be the only dice I roll.
he fucking picks you up by the collar, like off the ground, and is like, "You fucking idiot! Neither of us drink tequila." And he slaps it out of your hand and like starts.
Hey, I paid for that.
He slaps it out of your hand and starts like muscling you towards the back. And Lavin, have you cared? Are you even paying attention, Braden? Like, have you noticed?
No, this was kind of
Right.
the
You're-
thinking is that he would.
You're
Yeah,
overdoing the other thing entirely,
Yeah.
which is fine. So
Yeah,
you're,
I'm taking the heat off her basically.
he's taking the heat. He's creating a diversion. Me to be extra sneaky.
So, Lavin, this is the shift manager. Then, like, you can actually move up to them, and like they're obviously an employee. And if you sort of get into their personal space, they will be like, "Oh, well, how can I help you?"
I'm going to go ahead and assume that I am not very good at immediately telling who is a vampire or not, but I'm assuming this person is not because this territory is not owned. Do I have any? Do I know that?
You can roll a perception awareness at this like range to figure it out.
Sure. Okay. Perception awareness.
You just look for the twinkle in their eye. If they have that, they're human. Right? That's how that works.
They're pale and a little extra pretty.
So you don't know anything about the whole ghoul stuff, but this
Sure.
person is definitely alive, or at the very least doing a very like convincing facade. Like they
Okay.
they could be doing the thing that you've heard about, which is that the vampires spend blood to appear alive again.
Sure.
Fuck, what a waste
But
of blood. Good damn.
Yeah, that does sound like a waste of blood to you too, and so it would be weird if she was doing it.
I'm an actor. I get into my roles very seriously.
So what age and sex person am I looking at here?
You are looking at a middle-aged female,
Okay.
maybe just past 20s, maybe just into 30s.
Sure.
Yeah, I like I said, middle age, just past 20. He's like, oh yeah, World of Darkness, everyone dies at 40.
I think I just like, oh hi, are you the manager here?
White girl, white girl, white girl, white girl, white girl, come on.
I've already spoken. Yeah, I'm the shift manager.
Cool. Are you guys like hiring?
No.
Who owns this place?
They're going to give you the same answer.
They're gonna what?
They're going to give you the same answer, sweetie.
Oh, no, I just like, I want to know who owns this place.
She sort of like tilts her head at you. It's like, why?
I'm just curious. I'm thinking about owning a club myself. So I was gonna like intern and then, but if I can't intern, then maybe I start talking really fast. Maybe I could like ask them some questions and like I'm trying to annoy her a bit so she sort of wants to get rid of me. Because like
manipulation subterfuge.
Okay.
Wait, didn't she take don't you have like a trait or something like that for this? It was like fast talking. Am I thinking of a different game?
You're thinking of a different game.
Yeah, not that I'm aware of.
Yep.
Should have gone the charm route, damn it.
No, you rolled the wrong pool. Remember the sheet's broken and subterfuge 1 is wrong. Subterfuge 1 is stealth. Subterfuge 2 is subterfuge.
Got you. Thanks.
Wait, that's stealth? Are you fucking serious?
Yep.
Yoink.
That can't be right.
No, not stealth. It's streetwise. Sorry.
Oh shit!
All right, 4 successes. So you're like fast talking her.
Yeah, so you hear me like, blah, 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 blah. And then like one day, like maybe I could own my own and blah blah blah.
And she sort of what's happening here is that she's like, fine, I'll introduce you so that you're his problem. Like,
perfect. Passing the buck. That's all you want, right?
Yeah. And that's where we'll take a break, as Tux has already gone off to do.
Yeah.
I was about to type on our chat, yo, I'm not wearing diapers here.
Yeah.
Wait, you're not wearing diapers? Did you not get the official?
I did not prepare for this.
All right, guys, we'll be back in about 5 minutes time. We're going to run some ads. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed tonight's game. Get ready for some more deep dicking.
Unfortunately, you're not the one getting a deep dicking. Braden out back is the one getting a deep dicking.
Hell yeah, Braden, take that deep dicking.
Ow, ow.
You've been dragged out into the alley.
Wait, I can just turn off my sphincter now. Sweet.
And a woman has shown up.
My only weakness.
With this man. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing? He's making an ass of himself, and we're gonna kill him anyway, right? And she's like, we were supposed to wait. So, yeah, you're getting.
Well, wait. Who's supposed to kill me?
I'm going to kill you right now.
Why?
Because you're a fucking jackass, first of all, and that's reason enough. But second of all, you're a vampire muscling in on our turf.
What makes you think I'm muscling in your turf? I was dancing to a song and having a good time.
After trying to rent an apartment.
I don't recall trying to rent an apartment.
Manipulation, subterfuge.
Nice. Listen, I got like $4 in my pocket.
One success.
He pauses. He pauses for a non-zero amount of time before he, cocks back another dome to the face.
So when I say I wasn't trying to rent an apartment, I mean we went into one place and it looked like shit. So I was like, well, fuck this. I'm not going to rent this place. And I walked out the door and came here to have a good time.
So anyway, while you're fast talking, another dude like appears.
Jesus, coming out of the fucking woodwork.
And he says, Bryce, it's off. It's like, what? Fuck. What? Why? Like, orders. We're not fighting them. Like, but this guy's a total jackass. And the other is like, yeah, they're all total jackasses. Maybe we'll get to kill them later. And this guy just lets go of the scruff of your neck.
That's right.
Don't push your luck.
Okay.
I fucking love your character, man. Oh my god.
And so they back off. Meanwhile, Lavin is being like fast talking her way into the owner's office. And the lady's like, hey boss, we got a girl out here. She wants to meet you and talk to you about how you own the place.
Mr. Gray will see you now.
I don't even know. And he's like, why the fuck are you bringing her back here? Lavin?
Hi. My name is Lavin. I'm very happy to meet you. I hear you're the owner of this place.
Yeah, I am.
So
God, for some reason in my mind, I imagine you sticking out your hand, but having like just like 30 bracelets, all made out of metal, and they all cling together when you stick your hand out. Like I don't know why I thought of that, but like.
yeah, I definitely have that kind of outfit on. Like it's probably half jelly
God.
bracelets, half like metal bracelets.
Jelly bracelets. Oh my god.
So, yeah. Yeah, it's great to meet you. Look, I'm just really interested. This is a wonderful bar. I'm just really interested in perhaps opening an establishment myself, non-competitive, of course. And I'm just trying to be super cute, super friendly, and see if I can kind of charm my way into a little relationship here.
All right.
I'm looking for a little mentor action, if you know what I mean.
Now you're technically lying. So, but you're clearly like your main goal is actually just to cozy up to this guy.
For sure.
So why I'm calling that out is because in the strictest possible sense, this should probably be a manipulation role, but instead I'm going to say charisma.
Okay.
And this is going to be a charisma empathy role.
Charisma, empathy, click, click, click.
Oh yeah.
He is
Way into it.
We're killing it over here in this club.
you definitely warmed up to him, but not perhaps in sort of a let's talk business kind of way, but in a like, oh man, look at that piece of ass.
Is it the type of thing where he sticks his hand behind his back,
which'll do,
but takes off his wedding ring, sort of thing? Like, is that what we're dealing with here, Rackage?
No, it's very much like he goes over to Lavin and like puts a hand on her lower back to move her to the chair, and then like like his first thought is to take her to a chair that's like across from his desk, but instead he's like, let's go sit on the couch.
This is going well.
So you sit
Don't
on the
mind
couch.
the video cameras.
It's like, there's like, so you want to get into the restaurant business? Well, I know a thing or two.
Oh, it would be so amazing if you could teach me. And I'm just kind of batting eyelashes and gazing. I've definitely crossed my legs and twirled my hair like a million times now.
Oh, I could teach you a lot of things.
Go on, Wreckage. Sell it for me, baby. Come on.
And he's, I mean,
This is my favorite part about Wreckage jamming World of Darkness, by the way. Like, just hands down, just like him playing a sleazeball. I love it. I love it.
You are, of course, no fool. And you can tell, like he says, you know, where should we start? He doesn't mean business. He's just sort of getting in close. So where are you going to take this? Because you have him, he's sexually compromised.
Sure.
But where do you actually want? Because where he's
So
leading
I'll
this
tell you.
is
my angle is I'm trying to score a date.
you actually want to get a date later on.
Correct.
All right. So as he's like, oh, there's so many things I could teach you. What are you gonna say to put it in that direction? Because he's headed for Makeout City right now,
Right.
and perhaps more.
Is there like sorry for interrupting, but is there like a thing where when you get fed on, you want it again? Like, is that how?
Nope. They have absolutely no memory.
They don't remember.
Okay, so they literally don't remember it at all.
Yeah, it's very important that it works that way.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that, but yeah.
They have no memory of not even of the feeding, but also what leads up to the feeding,
Sure.
so that you can preserve the masquerade. Conveniently, so that you can preserve the masquerade, because the masquerade came about after vampires existed and started feeding. So
Yeah.
it sure is convenient that they
just happened to name it the Masquerade after they realized that people don't remember. Yeah.
Anyway.
Convenient.
So I say so and let it hang because he hasn't told me his name yet.
Bobby's snake in the grass.
Doesn't even you just say so.
So I say so, and I kind of gesture to him like you would say to someone whose name you didn't know.
Right, but that
goes over his head.
No, it goes under his dick.
Oh my god.
Yo, you tainted this guy with one word. I like it.
He just gets closer and tries to kiss you in a very sloppy and sleazy manner.
Okay.
I'm sipping margarita
Listen.
right now.
Are you yes knowing the kiss, or are you resisting it?
I am resisting. I'm pulling back from him. I'm kind of squeezing to the edge of the couch and saying, hang on. So I would absolutely like to get to know you better. I think we should, go to dinner sometime. Soon.
You can say that you can tell he's exasperated. He's like, why wait when the night is so young?
Hello, Salvador.
Well, I have somewhere that I have to be right now, and I'm so happy to have met you, but I think I'm gonna have to go for now. So dinner then?
Are you getting up to leave while you say that?
Yeah.
Or are you just...
I've stood up. I haven't walked toward the door. I've stood up.
He grabs your wrist as you go and is like going to try and force you back down onto the couch. He said, no, now, tonight.
So I will resist, and I assume that I just have enough strength to kind of pull back, and maybe he just thinks I work out.
Even though you're a vampire,
yeah,
you have very low strength stat.
Okay.
I believe, however, there is a way for you to. I think there's. God damn it, forgetting this. Like, this book is so impossible to navigate.
Yeah.
But, I think you are allowed to empower your stats even if you don't have potence.
Yeah, you're allowed to.
You can pump blood into.
You can pump blood into it. Yeah.
Gotcha. So I could pump blood.
You can pump blood into any physical stat.
Into like my 1 dot of strength, I could pump blood into that.
It would be super helpful if somebody could find what page that is. specifically
I'm
describe
pretty
them.
sure it's 69 because it's like the blood spending where you can spend blood on.
Okay,
And I'm not
hold
making
on.
a joke. I just remember it as page 69. Like,
I'm going to believe you, and I'm going to go to page 69 and see if that is the case.
because I know that it's fairly early on in the book, and it's like, here's the
It's
things
just
you can spend blood on. It's like,
Just a
Page
picture
60
of dick butt on page 69.
Page
Like,
six-
God damn it.
Page 69 is 100% not the page.
It's
Okay.
269.
Oh.
oh, see, okay, yeah, all right, sorry, fucking Jesus.
Well, that's a fairly...
The PDF reader page is 276.
Right. And
Don't hate
spending
on
blood
me.
pool.
Jeez.
Player may
Yeah,
spend to
you can
increase.
spend one
Single,
blood
right.
pool. Yeah.
So here's... This
I
is
just
the...
remember what I want. That's just.
In turn, but may only if the increases turn up for one higher than their generational limit. So, right, okay. Okay, so here's the deal. If you're willing to spend some blood, then you can like wrench free from his desires like effortlessly. If you don't, it's not you will then have to, it'll just be a roll.
Sure.
God.
Okay. I'll go ahead
Wrench-free from
and
his
spend
desires.
the blood because I would like to be able to do this sort of smoothly.
Okay,
kind
so
of-
you're gonna spend, it's gonna cost you 2 blood because you have to, and for the record, for the rest of this scene, your strength is now 3.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So if that comes up, you've spent the blood, and you wrench out of your hands, and he's like taken aback for a moment. He's
Wait,
actually
what
sort
is?
of-
Was your strength 1?
Yep.
It is.
Holy fuck!
Yeah,
That's
I don't,
why.
I don't
that's
have
why.
any.
That's why. Even though she's like, I'm a vampire, I'm like, yeah, but
But you're
That's-
really weak.
Isn't
vampire.
like normal humans 2 strength?
Oh God.
yeah, technically dots.
Don't
So-
breathe on me.
So here's the thing. Even though in dotage and dice, like they'll say that humans are certain things and vampires are certain other
Sure.
things. Like it's also worth pointing out that a human with the same dots as a vampire is still weaker than that vampire, like narratively.
Yeah, but he has more dots than she does.
So anyway, well now he doesn't. Is the
Right. Yeah. So I
he's
pull
taken
away.
aback for a second, and he's rendered momentarily speechless by how strong you were to pull away. Is like how are you going to follow that up?
Pilates.
So I pull away and I see this kind of expression on his face, and I say, "Yeah, I definitely work out. Also, I didn't really invite you to paw me. I wanted to get to know you a little bit better and learn about your business. So, do we have a date? Also, you haven't told me your name yet."
Bobby Snake in the grass. Do it.
This is going to be a manipulation empathy roll.
Okay, manipulation, empathy.
That's pretty fucking good.
Nice.
Yeah. You walk out of there with a date for tomorrow night.
Excellent.
Just after dusk.
And his name is Ben.
Okay.
Ben,
I can't wait till tomorrow. And I close the door.
Yeah. You sort of barely like, what's a good way of explaining this? You use that momentary confusion to get him to do all of that. Like he's probably the second the door closes, like, wait, shit, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
Wow, you blue balled him pretty fucking hard.
Yeah, so that's that. Braden,
So-
you've been let go, and they sort of back away. Maria and Damien, those guys are leaving. You know, they have no more to say to you, but do you like?
Am I allowed back in the club?
Yeah, I mean, no one's stopping you.
Tequila.
Yeah.
But just again, Damien and Maria, those guys are leaving. They have nothing else to say to you. But I mean, do you have parting thoughts, or are you gonna pick a fight, even though you probably shouldn't at this point?
I don't. Yeah, go on.
As they're heading out, like third guy, I like so you're going to check up on this, and then what then?
What then, indeed? He says cryptically, and leaves.
Right, we were the ones being jackasses there. That's no right. That's
No, yeah, fucking like.
I mean, you guys were being colossal jackasses at the start of that. I mean, again, they sort of were aggressive to you, but let's not call a
Listen, omnipotent voice. When 3 fucking jackasses walk in here looking like mayor and
walked in and we're like, "What are you doing here?" We're like, "What are
get
you
out
doing
of our
here?
abandoned
Jackass wearing leather,
shithole.
just walking into. We're checking out an apartment, and you just walk in wearing leather. Like,
Look,
Yeah, but you weren't checking out an apartment. You weren't
yes,
just
we
a couple.
were.
You
Like-
weren't just a couple checking out an apartment. Let's not pretend.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, here's the thing. Damien's never gonna be scared of idiots wearing leather because it looks fucking ridiculous. Okay, it looks goddamn ridiculous. Like the Vampire the Masquerade, the game might think it's cool, but it's fucking not. It's like, imagine if like bodyguards were like all sunglasses, all suit and ties, and you'd be like, that guy is a piece of shit. Like you can just smell it on him. Like it's the same thing with the fucking.
There's an important distinction to make here.
I would be more afraid of a guy wearing a Hawaiian shirt than a guy wearing a leather fucking onesie, okay? Like,
Now, first of all, he wasn't wearing a leather onesie.
I get it. He was wearing a trench coat. Yes, we all understand. But
Second of all, this was cool. You have to remember, this is what was cool in the 90s. It's not cool now because trends have moved on, and now we look back with disdain at our past.
Braden puts on a Hawaiian shirt.
In the same way that we no longer think, disco medallions and fucking like leg warmers are cool. Those aren't cool anymore either. And leather and spikes and shit were cool in the 90s. Now they're not.
But I'm also a cop in LA who's probably arrested his fair share of goth fucking idiots, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not cool to Damien. Damien just thinks it's the fucking dumbest thing ever, right?
I'm pretty sure cops aren't allowed to think that anything is cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the majority of people they're arresting are doing whatever is cool. So, because crime is cool.
You know what's cool? Sex after marriage. That's cool.
You know what's cool? Doing your homework.
You know what's cool? Safety of firearms.
None of those things are cool.
You know what's cool?
Drop out of
Wearing
school.
your helmet while you're riding a bike.
Drop out of school, do drugs, shoot firearms, write music, become a rock star, die at 27. Die young, leave a pretty corpse.
Yeah.
Then reanimate that corpse as a vampire and feed off
the
people.
3 of them leave, and we're just like, well, this apartment doesn't have a door now, so I don't know how useful it's going to be.
Well, I was
for us.
just going to walk across the other hallway and see about whether or not we could just, camp in that shit. Because I don't know about you, but I don't feel real comfortable about going back to Lady Headband,
Well, we're gonna have to. We don't have anything to make this place suitable for us yet.
Well, we could just go get some spray paint.
I guess. We're still good to stay there for a couple weeks.
I know,
Right.
but I just hate being imposing and stuff, and we've made we swung our dicks around here.
She offered.
I understand that, but it's the principle of the matter.
Rodney shows up.
God,
Hey,
fuck
guys.
that guy.
Like, does he just come around the door, or like, does he just?
He comes out of the bedroom in this apartment.
Sure.
So I mean, like, all vampires are allowed to stay there for 2 weeks. It's not really like a personal thing, Damien.
No. It's not about staying there. It's about we've made our foothold here. We've fucking, stunk some battleships already. already. You know, we gotta make sure that our presence here is known, and we, beat our chest a little bit.
Well, we can hang out here at night, but I don't want to sleep here yet. It's shitty.
Right, we need to make this place livable.
But I would really like to make somewhere else livable, actually.
You're not wrong. I just wanted to see if the place across the hallway was actually livable, and whether or not this place here is just a piece of shit.
The whole place is a piece
Because
of
I
shit.
reckon there's actually human feces in that corner. Even though there's
Yeah.
a perfectly good working toilet over there for some fucking reason.
There's probably human feces in the other apartment, and also a human who made it.
You really think someone would want to live in their own... Actually, don't answer that question, because I already know the answer.
Look, I just wanted to say the other two, well, Braden, of course, ran into trouble, but you guys solved it for him.
Surprise.
And like Lavin has a lead on the club.
Does she know?
Or she did what I said, right? She cozied up to the dude?
I don't know what you said, but she did something.
Okay, well, if we have
Alright.
a lead in the club, then we can leave this place behind.
Yeah, fuck this place.
Yeah.
If I
Yeah,
could smell it, it'd
fuck it.
probably be awful.
You could smell it if you chose to. I don't recommend it.
Yeah, let's just go drop the
Some of the things you say, Rodney, are just like...
If you choose to just let it be a thing, it's a lot easier.
Personally, I'm looking forward to not having to smell human feces again.
That's a plus.
What about like flowers?
When was the last
God,
time you saw a
shut the
fucking...
fuck up, Rodney.
That's the thing about being able to turn it off and on. It's pretty good.
When was the last time you saw a flower in LA? Aside from, the ones that like to call themselves that.
There was a flower shop.
Yeah, but they're fake. They spray chemicals in that shit to make them smell good.
It's not fake.
I once tried to date a girl, bought her some roses, fucking thing poisoned her. She leaned in too close to sniff that shit. She got like a clown nose.
And then I shake my head and I leave to go turn the key back in.
I mean, I think you're having this conversation as you're going down the stairs.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So how do you all rendezvous then?
Yeah, because I just
So
slip
I
the key
would've
back in the thing and we just leave.
Seen
go to the club.
Braden and just kind of signaled to him like, I got what I want. Let's go, and roll back across the street.
So on a scale from 1 to Rodney, not Rodney, Braden, how much of a sleazebag was this guy?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
So I roll back over there, guys. Yeah, so I met Ben.
Ben?
Yeah, he owns the place. Look,
Okay.
we could talk about this somewhere a little more private, I think, because
Guys, we
Vampire
definitely need to go
hearing.
somewhere private because we have obviously made ourselves far too well known.
Oh, we met those fuck knuckles. Yeah, they're
Oh, there
real
were
charming
some-
people.
There were
Yeah,
some real charmy fuck knuckles that I met too, buddy. And they know we're here.
Were
Hey,
yours also
guys.
wearing leather?
tell us about the apartment and how much does it cost? And how big is it?
It's not. It's not.
It's not an option. It really
Does it
isn't.
have a nook?
It doesn't. It doesn't have a door.
But how big is it?
Not-
Well, too small because a human feces was taking up like 90% of the
So
apartment.
picture a studio apartment and then go smaller.
Oh, that won't do. We need
Right.
something
San
we can
Francisco,
renovate.
but like smaller.
Yeah, it's not. It's not anything.
Well, I guess the search continues.
Right. So we
And,
pissed off.
and we have to be a little more careful about this because I don't know who they are, but someone doesn't like us. I mean, they knew about you guys, and
Were yours
you
also
were-
wearing leather?
no,
Yes.
leather. Yes, they were wearing leather.
Okay, they're yeah, okay.
Well, we could just call them the leather banditos.
I mean, yeah, it looked like a romper.
What's that?
It's like a onesie.
Exactly, it's a fucking onesie, right?
They weren't invented yet. They weren't wearing onesies.
Aren't rompers just overalls? And people just call them rompers now?
Well, No, because they're cut off overalls that
I
like have
saw
they're
that picture,
literally
by
cut
the
off?
way, Brian. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking of.
the
It's like a Power Ranger Under Armour, you know? Like,
wow. No, that is
Okay,
not
well-
what they were wearing. But also, if people were wearing that when they came up to be aggressive to you, would you not be fucking scared of those guys?
Hell yeah.
like, oh, hi, boys. What are you doing in my neighborhood?
These guys obviously don't give a fuck.
I
I'm getting
can
out of here.
I can crush coal into diamonds with my thighs.
like this area is run by the gay mafia. It's just like, goddamn.
A romper.
All right. Yeah. So all right. So
Okay, well, so
we
you have a lead on the you leave a lead in the bar. That apartment isn't going anywhere.
I mean, like we couldn't even renovate it. Is it just too small to renovate?
kind of.
Well,
Because what I was thinking is we could renovate that and then take over the one across the way when those people move out. If they happen to move out early, that's just good too. And
well, the problem is that I don't think it's a problem about for vampires moving in. I think it's more of a problem for like normal people moving in because we want to make money on it, right? I suspect you can't scrub the smell out of that place.
oh, that
Wait,
bad,
are you
huh?
actually worried about resale value as a vampire?
Well, we got to make money somehow.
Didn't that guy say like just rob a bank or something?
Oh yeah, and how many banks do you think we can rob before we get pinned on shit?
Well, I've got plenty of money, and I kind of cut short and look around like I maybe shouldn't have said that.
Well, the place was just not. It was more of not wanting to put the effort into it when we could find somewhere better, especially if we might be able to get in on the club.
8 hours a day, and we got 2 warring fronts coming at us. I think our time is best spent elsewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, we obviously wouldn't do the renovation work ourselves.
So would you give this guy a handy or something like that? Like how easy is it going to be for us to tame this guy?
I just roll my eyes. Well, I have a date with him tomorrow.
Oh, so you're going to give him a handy. Okay.
So are we going to
I roll
try
my eyes
the
again.
whole blood thing with him?
You know what?
So,
yeah, he's a good guy.
We need to
should-
research that.
Right. I think we
Because-
should ask Alexa how that works.
Yeah.
Alexa
Surreptitiously,
knows.
of course.
Alexa was a ghoul before she was a vampire.
Whoa, you can step
Oh.
up.
Oh, really, Rodney? That's fucking great information. Thank you. Hey guys,
Yeah.
I have an idea.
What's
We
up?
should
Yeah,
probably go talk to Alexa.
That's what we were going to do.
Rodney
Okay,
suggested
let's
that.
go.
Why are you reiterating what he just
Anything
said?
else? Well, before we
Who?
leave, we check anything out?
I want to check out this. You said that there was like a hospital and some other public services here. Storyteller wreckage.
Yeah. There is there's a very it is a community like free hospital, a charity type thing, but it's in a bad neighborhood, and so it gets is a lot of ODs and bullet wounds, and just is flooded with that, and you wouldn't even go there for like a cough, like you probably couldn't
Okay.
even.
What I would like to do is it possible to build an army of ghouls from people who get gang-related things happening to them?
No, I mean, it's very incredibly difficult to have even a few ghouls.
Is it?
Okay, well, let me. Well, why don't you go ask Alexa what the rules are?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let's just go. Yeah, go back to the taste then.
Mm-hmm. Rodney, you don't have to come if you don't want. It's fine.
Why wouldn't I come?
I'm keeping your options open.
What? You don't have to come either.
I know I don't, but I'm going.
Okay, me too.
Do you two
God
want
damn it.
to like hire a room together or something?
Where at?
I don't know, motel.
Hey, if we're all gonna live
Bye.
together, can we just,
I'm fine with you guys. Hey, let me guess. You guys almost got into a fight or something, and Rodney wasn't there. Am I right?
Oh, I mean,
we talked.
we talked.
Yeah. You almost got in a fight?
No.
It was actually
was it?
pretty hard to talk to them because we couldn't hear of the sound of the leather squeaking so much. But
Right. Well, here, let's get that.
it's hard to
cabin.
make a point
Cab it back.
when you move like this and it's going. You know what I mean?
Those darn rompers.
Like it probably
All
feels
right.
really good on undead skin. Let's be real, okay?
To the
That's
taste.
probably the reason.
All right, you guys go to the taste. It's crowded again. Like it's exactly like last night. Because now you're in there at the height of the evening. And so
Man,
Alexa and her husband.
Some vampires must be just bored with eternity. Like if they just come to a coffee shop every night and just like.
I mean, it's
like,
different vampires. Like, you know,
Okay,
there's enough people, and this is the place to go as a vamp. Well, there are other places, but this is one of the places to go as a vampire. It's certainly the only one to have a quiet evening as a vampire,
Sure.
as opposed to like a fucking Matrix rave, or Blade 2 rave or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Like, this is the place where the sophisticated vampires, or even not, just the ones who want a quiet night, can get that quiet night. So Alexa and her husband are busy serving, but it is a quiet place, so it's not impossible to sneak in and to get her attention for a moment or two. Who wants to ask? What are they going to say?
Damon, you're all excited about this stuff.
Yeah. Listen.
But don't you think we should be like kind of quiet about it?
Oh fuck no! These are all vamps. They understand.
Well, I don't think they're all.
But if they all know that we're super new,
All right. You know what? I just sort of like lean in a little bit. I'm just like, how do we go about, making a ghoul?
Oh my! Already.
Yeah. Look, it's kind of shit or get off the pot for us. So,
There's a club. We want to.
Okay,
Make
we'll
it
go.
ours.
Come upstairs for a second. We'll talk in some relative privacy.
All
Okay.
right.
You guys go upstairs.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, ghouls. First of all, it's a very big commitment.
Was it like owning a goldfish or something?
It's like owning a human.
Like slavery?
Yes.
Well, that's fucking weird.
Well, it's even worse than slavery, because a slave still has like intact mental faculties and can still be free within their own mind. Ghouling someone is like putting a prison around their brain. There are some ghoul relationships that are willing.
Okay.
You certainly aren't talking about that. What happens is that a vampire feeds a human their blood over a period of nights, and every time that they are reintroduced to that blood, their disposition towards the person improves. However, it's not like their subconscious improves. They're like forced to feel better about you, which means they could hate your guts but have to do everything that you say.
Oh, it's kind of like a fucking drug dealer. I get it.
Kind of.
You give them the first one for free, and then they just like come back to you every bit, and then you give them more, and
Well,
you
be
up
very
their
careful.
dosage.
Because the first one, the first one does nothing almost. So if they don't like it, if you force it on them in any way, then they can retaliate or avoid you in the future or whatever.
Okay.
It's not until
Do they have to be conscious when this happens?
Well, they do have to drink it.
So Alexa, can you feed on someone and then offer your wrist while they're dazed?
It can help, but
I imagine it's a delicate
Wait,
balance.
isn't that how siring happens? We shouldn't do that, right?
okay, so I'm not going to tell you how to sire somebody yet. It's just too dangerous. We're not going to get into that.
Oh, this guy's a piece of shit. Don't worry about him feeling bad or nothing.
I'm sure you think a lot of people are pieces of shit, Damien.
Have you been outside lately?
Yeah. I run a charity B&B, Damien. I tend to think people are good people.
Well, I mean, they tend to have a heart of change of heart after they become undead, I suppose.
Usually for the worse. So I must really like people if I'm running charities for vampires.
So
Right. Anyway,
I'm getting more and more uncomfortable with the idea of turning someone into a slave.
it's a very big commitment, but sometimes it's a necessary evil.
Let me ask you one question so that Maria can, get off the high horse that she's on a little bit. If we do it and, he ghoulifies,
Mhm.
right? Can we
Yeah.
just say, just
Good
go
work,
about your
good work.
business, but just ignore us, and that's pretty much good?
Well, if he becomes completely enthralled, then he will have to listen to all of your orders forever, as long as you keep feeding him. That's the other important thing. You have to continue to feed them blood to keep them enthralled.
Like daily? Or some nightly, I guess? So I should get used to saying it that way now.
It's not quite nightly. It's like weekly in order for them to maintain the enthrallment. Also, ghouls get vampiric powers, and they also need to spend blood on those powers, but they can only get the blood from their slave master.
Wait, they get powers?
Yeah, they can use some vampiric powers that as a ghoul.
Do they get them from the blood they drink, or
Yes. So if you ghoul
I-
someone, they will get sort of some of your powers.
I can't do it. It can't be me.
I mean,
Yeah, she's got funny blood.
they don't get the good powers. They only get like stronger and faster. I don't think any ghoul can ever use a like an actual bloodline ability. They can't use your bloodline technique. Sharingan.
If they get our eyes, they can. Damn.
Yeah,
Right, just
get all
implant that shit. It just works.
right in your arm. Spoiler alert for Naruto. Anyway, yeah, it's a really big deal, and also technically you have to pay for the retainer merit.
Wait, what?
The what?
It's a merit
Yeah.
called retainer. Yeah.
Yeah, if you have a ghoul, they're retainers, so you have to represent them with
Oh.
Oh.
mechanics.
Okay, so
So I turn to these guys and I say, look, maybe I can just sort of, convince him to sign ownership over to me.
I do that in the background.
Look, you're going to have to work with humans a lot, and I understand that Salvador has given you a very large responsibility over a rather intricate economic area. In some ways, you're going to need some human allies. If those allies happen to have no choice, it can make things easier. I mean,
Okay.
they get a lot out of the deal too. For the record, they get immortality as long as you feed them.
Oh,
They
that's
won't-
not so bad.
They won't age. They can heal themselves. They get the strength and the speed.
So let's say that we stop feeding them. Do they just like a grape?
Well, yeah, actually. Well, so ghouls who are very, very old and who suddenly are deprived of vampiric blood will rapidly age to the age they should be.
Well, let's say we do it for a couple of weeks. Sign over a couple of deeds, and then this guy gets kicked off the habit. What then?
You can't do that
Why not?
because
Because that's murder.
Well,
No.
they don't die. He's not old, right?
Wait, we care about murder?
This is just all sounding like a terrible idea.
ghouls
the more
who
we get into
no
it.
longer have a master desperately seek vampiric blood to the point where they might start hunting vampires.
Ooh.
Alexa, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is it bad for us to just kill a human being?
Yes. But I mean, not in any sort of legal way, you're above the law now, but morally, ethically, it's bad to just kill people.
I
mean,
like
do
about
other
to say
vampires
something
do
to
it,
say.
though?
I'm just like,
Do other vampires do it?
Yeah.
And how does the vampire community look at them?
I mean, everybody judges a person based on their actions, and if someone is a wanton murderer, then not.
Well, and I'm not talking wanton murder here. I'm saying like I need something that this person has. It's going to improve the standing of vampires all over the place. Really, it's going to help out. You know what Salvador is trying to do. This human is in the way. I mean, do we give a shit about humans anymore? I mean, I don't know how this works.
Why can't we just convince him that we're there to help him?
Why do I want to help anybody?
Well, we don't have to actually help him, but we don't have to kill him.
look,
he's
there's
in the way-
there's a pretty simple answer to all of this, and it's actually incredibly easy to do. We get Lav in here to walk in and be like, oh, hey, these are my business partners. They're the muscle, you know? All right? And we offer him protection to a front that we create. Pretty easy. I've seen it happen all the time. We create a problem, and then we use ourselves to fix that same problem. Then the guy becomes indebted to us.
I don't look. This is not my area of expertise. All I've ever done is run a coffee shop. I don't want to. It seems like you all have different ways that you want to come at this, and they all have different advantages and drawbacks. All I came here to say was to tell you that ghouling is a very huge responsibility, and don't do it carelessly because there can be severe consequences. And if those consequences do occur, that is something that will get you crack back from the vampiric community.
We shouldn't turn him into a ghoul.
Yeah, I'm definitely not turning him to a ghoul. I don't want to have to see him every week, let alone feed him. Alexa, thank you so much for
I'm
this
going to get back to
information.
serving. You feel free to stay up here and have your little conversation. Just, don't mess up the sheets. She sort of leaves.
It's just like, like this weirdest fucking look crosses Damien's face. Is like, not with these people. Holy fuck no.
She goes downstairs. And I'm going to call the session here.
Okay.
Because it sounds like we could probably save a lot of time if we sort of have an idea of where we're going next week out of character.
Sure.
Sounds good, yeah.
Also, we're going to use this time, viewers at home, to discuss experience points going forward, seeing how we want to do it. I also personally felt like the first half of the session was a little slow, and I want to see if we can't talk about how to alleviate that in the future. I was seeing some whispers of what the problems that we had in Sin Eaters were creeping back in at the start of this episode, and I think it found its footing in the second half. But I am committed to making this game the best Die Party game that we've ever done yet. So,
Like what was the thing?
what do you mean?
Spinning
what?
around in circles as to what we're actually going to do.
We spun around
Yeah.
a lot of circles and we told a lot of jokes, and we basically didn't actually do anything in the first 2 hours.
Yep.
And we all had a good time, but I don't feel like this was an A+ stellar episode for watching.
Yeah, it was more like podcast versus role play. We got podcasty, I think.
Anyway, so we will discuss that off air and bring you a better, slicker, sleeker, more streamlined Seats 7 content.
Like a romper.
Yeah, like a romper. We're gonna bring you the romper
The
of Die
romper.
Party games next week.
Just saying that word is.
That's such a weird word, romper.
So what did
You
you have
should
in
name this
mind?
episode. You should name this episode Romper Room.
Nah, it's going to be called Tequila. If we're going to be.
Oh.
Yep, that's good.
Tequila. That's a fine answer.
Yeah. So XP.
Right. No, outros.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, are we going to talk about XP? I thought we were.
We're gonna have a
Offline.
conversation about what we want to do.
Oh,
for experience.
offline. All right. Okay. Let's.
Oh.
All right then. So let's do some shout outs.
Tuesday Gray. Let's start with you.
Dudes, we're gonna maybe maybe enthrall someone, but probably not. Probably just seduce them, and that's going to be super fun. We might have our own bar before too long. I'm amped. I'm super excited. And we learned some stuff tonight, which is super cool. If you want to find me in other places, I am /Tuesday Gray and all the internet places. Probably playing some pub tomorrow, maybe even with Wreckage.
I sure do want to.
Sounds good.
Nice. Tux Romancer Damas. What up, sir?
Yo, everybody. I'm Tuxtradamus. You can find me Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. All of those are /Tuxtradamus.
Tux Romancer.
Tux Romancer Damas. Okay.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I had a lot of fun. Sorry that we made it a little not so roleplay-y. It is a bit hard to move things along when we're all very different people and we don't have a goal that we're all wanting to move to. It's just like, I want to do this, but I want to do this. So hopefully we can alleviate that.
Well, I think the biggest problem that we have right now is like, can we step on these guys' toes, and are we going to get completely fucked up if we do? Because if the answer is no, then we're like, I feel safe enough to just be like, fuck it, man, I'm gonna slap these dudes' face off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the problem that I'm facing in World of Darkness. I always have that problem with World of Darkness games, and it's never gonna go away. 5e, yeah, I can just be like, I swing my axe at that shit lord. Like, you know, in this game, it's like, if I do it, I'm gonna fucking maybe kill someone in our party. Like, you know, like there's always that problem because that's my problem. Anyway.
Yep. Thanks for hanging out. Tuxtradamus at the places. Check it out if you want to. If not, have a great night.
All right, and last but not least, let's go to the man who invented the square fidget spinner.
It's true.
Mr. Spooty, what up, son?
You can thank me later.
We can try you in the Hogue later.
Yeah. We send you to Gulag for inventing square fidget spinner. No, I mean I had fun. But we're gonna streamline a little bit. I'm starting to get into my character a lot, which is always fun for me.
Tequila.
I'm liking Braden a lot, so I'm happy to always play a character that's fun for me to play. You can follow me on Twitch and YouTube and the Twitter and
the Twatters.
The Twatters, and I've got a podcast as well that I do with my dad. It is about wacky law stuff. So I will post that in the chat. It's on Twitter, not Twitter. What the fuck is it on? iTunes and SoundCloud. So give it a listen, rate it, and just write a review. Even if you just say yes, just write a review that says yes, and that would mean the world to me.
The whole world.
The whole world. Just 3 little letters.
We can show you the world.
Shining something and beautiful.
Shimmering splendid.
Shimmering splendid.
Yeah, don't trigger me because I know that song off by heart. And last but not least, we have our storyteller for the session, Mr. Dr. Wreckage. What up, sir? How you doing?
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Wreckage. I do this at Dive Party and other shows. We're shaking things up over here at Dive Party. We're changing some shows. We're planning some shows. Nothing yet is certain. I can tell you what is certain, though. I am going to start streaming on my own channel very shortly. But everybody does the exact same thing, so I'm looking into trying to find a unique format for my stream, which is just something that somebody does, but I want to do things in a more unique and me way. And I have
all
some
I can
ideas.
say is just don't fucking think about it, just do it, okay? Just fucking do it, because the more time you spend thinking about it, you're going to procrastinate into the fucking oblivion.
You're gonna procrastinate into oblivion. And your face is dumb. So there.
It's true,
anyway,
my face is dumb.
Thank you all for joining me so much tonight, and please join us again tomorrow for Void Barons, which is dubiously still on. We've had somebody have a cancellation. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, it should be fine. Should be fine. Well,
It shouldn't
maybe
affect
not.
anything.
Actually, it might affect a lot. Anyway, so
Yeah,
we'll see.
guys,
We
thank you
shall
very much
see.
for watching. If you enjoyed tonight's show, why not follow the channel? And if you're feeling real saucy, why not subscribe? Get access to my cock. Spread that shit all over Twitch. As Wreckage said, there are some changes going forward. This coming week on Thursday, it's going to be the last episode of Die Party Yonder, which is the Numenera game that we have. We're going to do a cap on that. Reasons, mostly because we spent too long and the game was in limbo for far too long, and it's just sort of hard to pick up momentum.
It's had people leaving, and it's had a lot of not episodes going up.
Yeah.
And it just
like half episodes and quarter episodes, and like it's mostly just
we're not going off of a script, so we're sort of getting into our characters, and when that sort of thing happens, a lot of people sort of lose the steam in their character, and there's really no way to make the top quality Die Party content that we want to make if that happens. So it was time to call it.
Yeah. So with that said, though, there are going to be replacement games coming up pretty soon, and more information will come pretty soon. It'll go first to the Discord, not to the Discord, to the Patreon, and after that to the Discord. So if you want to find out what's happening, they're the places to go. And yeah, we'll be back with all the games this week. Masquerade is back on, I believe, this week. I think Eric should be back from his trip, so there should be no problems there. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the deep dickings. Good night, everyone.
Maybe that should be the name of the episode.
Tequila.
Yeah, it kind of should.